Okay, here we are again. So before we get moving to the 5.3 finale, the finale of Shadowbringers' story, but not the finale of this stream, unfortunately. But before we get moving with that, we will wait a couple of minutes and then we'll get moving. Like we usually do. Wait for the music to one cycle. I have a fraying thread on the inside of this this jacket that I'm wearing. That's unfortunate. Have to do something about that. Have to sew it back in. I don't think that's actually a thing. I'm pretty sure you just sew over it, but I don't remember home ec class. I haven't taken that since I was in middle school, and that was 20 years ago. Yeah, so. Well, 18, really, but who's counting? Too long ago. That's the point. Longer ago than I was alive before that date. If that makes any sense. I have spent longer since that day in my life than I did my entire life before that. And if I was a different kind of person, that would probably give me a small existential crisis, but See, the way that people talk about it all the time is they're like, oh, well, okay, so, every year that passes is less time relative to the rest of your life before that. And it's like, okay, yeah, but that's true. But that means that every day ahead of you is longer than the days before that, because you have less time left the longer you live. So that means that the days feel longer. I think. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly. You get the idea. Y'all get the picture. Or you don't, and I just sound like a raving madman, but that would be about par for the course for these preambles that I usually go on. These random-ass tirades I go on before the stream starts, so. Nothing new there. And we have some more custom music today. I just hope that the music is balanced properly. It's not going to be for a while, though, so it might be today, actually, and it might be Thursday's stream, depending on how long it takes us to do everything today. So we'll see. I think we'll get to the point where we do the custom music today, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So I'll let all of you know. But in the meantime, let's get started. Now that feels like one of those things that's just, it's like absolute serendipity, right? Like, it's Pi Day. 3.141592652 and all that. I go to queue onto the game, and there are 14 players in queue. Remember that for later, everybody, because if we end up in Mordana Instance 3, then I'm not entirely unconvinced that we're all stuck in a simulation. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the stream edition. Last time, Elidibus dicked us around for approximately 3 hours and 15 minutes because he forgot everything that made him a villain before patch 5.3 and decided to be, like, way more generic than he was being previously. And it makes no sense, and why would you do this? Just because 6 months have passed doesn't mean you throw all your work in the garbage. But I'm rambling, so let's just get this over with. Parvati, take me to Yulmore so we can meet up with the Scions and then find Rory after she puts the final adjustments on her new machinist mechanic. Because I'm sure Elidibus will have some sort of test for us. I just don't know what it is yet. Well, I do, but I'm not going to tell all of you that. That would just be spoilers for 10 minutes from now. Alright, in we go. Surprisingly triumphant. I expected to go in here and there'd be like danger music or something playing. Maybe he won't have a test for us. Maybe we beat all the lesser Asians and now he's just like, oh, whatever. You know. Aetheryte Plasma? Yes. Then off we go to the Aetheryte Plaza. Looks like all of our friends are here as well. Before I talk to Ishtola, since I'm still hanging out in a holding pattern, let's chat with our friends. Yeah, I had to wait approximately 3 days in between streams. That's what happened. The rumors of the Lesser Asians? Something like that, yeah? No, you should never worry about me in this world. I'm no longer dying. I still have my Light Ether, Eros, what was it, Storage, the one from Malika as well, and Titania's Ether in me, so that's 4, but I've still got mine and Ardbert's Dark Ether in me, so I'm 2-to-1 balanced, and we might be taking care of some of that today, so. Okay, well, good. I'm glad the Archon Loaf helped, despite the fact that I'm not entirely convinced that I'm glad Archon Loaf exists, but anyway. As usual. So let's go let them know what happened, and then we'll be good to go. Mr. Mayor, Chinas, and Dulia, and Rendon.
Forgive us our lateness.
Good to see all of you again. We had a little trouble in the Uniters.
By all accounts, you are a capable mayor.
He's been there for like 4 days. How do they know?
Oh, I have capable friends, my lady. I must say, it's good to see you looking hale and whole again.
What does he mean by that? When was the last time he saw us? Wasn't that at Mount
The
Gold?
credit for that lies with my own capable friend, without whom I might never have escaped my abductor.
Oh, they told... How did they know that he kidnapped you? Did they know that he kidnapped you? She got kidnapped. Elidibus took her, and I had to chase after her. It wasn't no big deal, though. He, kind of didn't really pose any threat whatsoever, mostly because I was 10 levels higher than I was last time, and he's done fuck all since then. And, yeah, he literally didn't do any damage.
I suppose that would explain why Elidibus has been fostering faith in the Warrior of Light.
It really doesn't, though, Thancred. It's the most convoluted excuse they could have come up with for it.
While you were enjoying your audience with the Wandering Heart of Zodiac, we were busy dispatching the last of the Black Masked Asians, a task which proved almost insultingly easy.
Well, if the summoner quests are anything to go by, they're like level 60, so at this point it would be insultingly easy.
Formidable though we undoubtedly are, they were obviously sent to provide encouragement for budding heroes. One cannot help but wonder how many times the ploy has been used before.
I mean, it makes sense in this world, because it's like Lifeblood said last time, not everybody's going to spring up out of the ground at level 71 capable of taking on all of the enemies out in the world.
Master Chai, you mentioned that the people of Calusia are similarly enamored of the Warrior of Light.
Something of a fashionable trend, huh?
Indeed, though it's hardly surprising given the state of the world. Many are still struggling to find a purpose, and it's only natural that they should take comfort in the tales.
It's a good thing there isn't a huge chunk of crystals for all of you to take advantage of, because people taking comfort in the tales back in the source was usually grounds for a primal being summoned. Not that that's anything new for Elidibus.
Then the fever has spread to every corner of Norvrant.
Of course it has. You guys wouldn't have a story if it didn't.
We may have dealt with his black-masked minions, but it is plain Elidibus has yet to show his hand.
I'm pretty sure we know what he's going to do. He's trying to increase his power by fostering faith in him, even though that should be tempering people, even though it's not. See, like, sometimes I boot up the stream knowing I have to play this, and I'm like, you know, sometimes I think
Spectacular sky.
I'd rather have a hole in my head. Because maybe then my brain would at least have less resistance bleeding out, trying to comprehend the story they're talking about. Speaking of holes, the sky is falling.
Another star shower.
More warriors of light to
Wait, is that?
bring to the fold? Why is Amarat there now?
Amaranth.
What is he? Did he summon it to the surface? How did he do that? Wasn't it already a mirage? Well, I knew this was gonna happen.
Did you hear that? That voice calling out?
No, I didn't hear anything, but... Why do I feel so... like I've lost something dear to me?
Oh, that's just you seeing the final days in action.
Does Elidibus seek to awaken more people to the Echo with clearer visions of the final days?
Probably. Is that Graha? Wait a minute. You're not Graha! How the hell did you get here? Because the only person who can do that is Graha. Thankard Heart of Stone.
And who might you be?
You know, you wouldn't be grunting at this guy if you used Heart of Stone. Is this supposed to... Okay. Well. Thanks, guys. Are you all out of your minds?
They come for our heads.
In the middle of a town?
No, you don't.
You guys know we can't fight here, right? Like, this is like, oh, okay. Well, goodbye.
They are not
Staples
flesh and
butt.
blood.
That was easy.
I know this magic.
Yeah, it's Protocol Omega 7, writ large.
Like unto those that the Exarch did employ in our summoning.
So why is Graha trying to kill us again? Don't answer that, because I know it's not Graha trying to kill us.
Are you saying the Exarch is summoning them?
No.
Nay, yet the similarity can be no mere coincidence.
So that means somebody got into the Crystal Tower, and I can think of one person who did. I was gonna say, are you gonna knock that arrow correctly? Because it was faltering.
Should we make a stand
You
here?
would have, it
Or
would have
retreat
gone
to the
about
Crystarium?
1 foot out in front of you before hitting the ground if you shot the arrow while it was knocked like that. That's an animation thing, though. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't know how
The ether
to
churns
actually
around us.
knock arrows
More of them will
properly.
appear ere long.
Need better mocap
To
for that
stay would only
class.
place innocents in harm's way. We must fight this battle elsewhere.
How do you know they're gonna follow us?
Wait!
How do you know they're not just trying to murder anyone and everyone?
Take one of our airships. You can decide what to do on your flight to the Crystarium.
Okay, fair enough.
You
I
are a
would-
capable leader in your own right, Master Chai. The citizens of Yulmore chose well.
I would have preferred something with weapons on it, but I suppose all those went down when Voth 3
the
went
airship.
down, so I guess we'll go to the airship then. Hopefully these spectral whatevers follow us. Where do they follow us? To the Hero's Gauntlet, which is now accessible. And that is why I was trying to be tactically late to the stream, because there's Rory right there, just in time. Hang on, Cole, I'll bring you in the call. Where's your name? There's your name. Cole. There he is. Oh, hi.
Hello.
So I was tactically,
Tactically
12
late.
minutes. I was tactically 12 minutes late to the stream today, so that way we could just go for 10 extra minutes and you could finish your therapy session. Because I had a feeling that was going to run a little long today.
Man, I'm about to motherfucking... Okay, once the stream's done, I swear to God,
You're gonna say, and we're out. I'm leaving the Discord call. I'm gonna go lay down on my bed, and I'm gonna fucking pass the fuck out.
Did you have enough time to throw your food in the crock pot?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And do 2 loads of laundry.
Okay, good.
The literal only thing I didn't manage to do in the time that I got home was wash all the dishes from my lunch.
Well, you can do that later. That's fine.
On God.
Hey, Colo, how you doing? Welcome back. Your PS2 FAT is going to come tomorrow. Nice, congrats. Hopefully you can use it to check out those internet PS2 games that you were talking about. You're just in time. We just unlocked the next dungeon, and we're going to go into it whenever we are ready. Do you need food?
Do I have food in my inventory? I should. I've just cleared it out. Oh fuck, I never finished clearing out my inventory.
I was going to say, you probably have a bunch because you've done the quests from this thing. Did you get the sausage and sauerkraut that I told you to take?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a good one. What's your lowest attacking stat between crit, direct hit, and skill speed? I mean, skill speed, obviously, but...
Crits...
Is anything, like, specifically lower than the other ones?
That is lower by, like, 50, other than crit. Crit's like 954, that's like 898, and direct hit's like 1224.
I mean, that's not too bad. Direct hit's pretty high, but that's okay. See, I could give you some smoked chicken, but the smoked chicken I kind of need for the rest of the... I know what I can do here. I'll give you this. Hold on.
Chimkin.
I give you... actually, I think that's... Is that skill speed direct hit? Hang on. I might not actually have food for you, so you might have to use the normal quality stuff the story gave you.
This is fine.
That is skill speed and DH. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Understandable.
So,
right,
munch something else. I'm doing pretty good there, Colo. Cole, how you doing? That's normal for Cole. You ready to go in the dungeon?
Also, pay attention to the weather.
Oh yeah.
It's unique.
Star shower. It's raining.
I am prepared.
Like the final days. And it's actually raining like this everywhere if you go to any of the other zones, so yeah.
Wild attention to detail given that it only exists until you clear this dungeon.
That's true. But that's because 5.3 they had 6 months to develop it rather than the usual 3. So
my entire apartment smells like peppercini peppers.
How many did you put in the crock pot?
It called for the entire jar.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a lot of pepperoncinis.
Well, they're getting slow cooked for 8 hours, don't forget.
That's true, yeah, so. Also, the dungeon popped. I took water.
It smells heavenly, though, I will say. Like, pepperoncinis, I didn't like them when I opened it up, but just the fact that they've been cooking for like an hour or two now, they already smell good.
Hmm. Well, that's good, because all I can smell is the sulfur of Amarang right now. Steady as she goes, Thancred. Oh, hello.
Oh, my eyes!
The goggles, they do nothing.
Hang on to something.
Well, you know, don't get upset about it, Thancred. We're only crashing the airship.
I'll pay.
I felt better when we had to take cover from the storm and the burn, honestly.
Also, the track to this dungeon is fucking fire.
It remixes, apparently, every track from the first 5 zones in Shadowbringers. Although, if I'm honest, I can really only hear, whatchamacallit, I can really only hear Lakeland. But whatever. I'm not paying attention enough, evidently. Alright, so focus down the white mage first, evidently. Put that down. Put this down.
Absolute stone.
I'm gonna undo my electrocution. Well, that's unfortunate. Their cure did like 4% of their HP. Okay.
Auto crossbow!
Oh yeah, you have a new gimmick to play with now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
I love machinists at this level. So ridiculous.
I guess I gotta get Seraph in here. Consolate and go from there. Some Polish guy got arrested an hour ago on your street firing a gun into the air. 3 police cars came. Love people from your neighboring countries. Yeah, that's interesting way to
I wish I could
spend
say
their
can't
time.
relate, but
Oh look, the people of Amarang are helping us, the miners. Awesome.
right, I have Peloton.
Oh yeah. You haven't played Machinist in so long.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Full self. Sure.
I built something new.
Oh, did you? From the wreckage of the Tycoon? Oh my god, Cole built the Gundam! How do I know what that is?
Get him, Queen!
There we go. My brain is working now. I can heal properly. I wasn't healing properly that first pull. I'm good now. I'm paying attention.
Yeah, I just have a Gundam now.
That's cool. Does it pile drive people?
Why, yes, it does.
When you snap your
Oh my
fingers,
god, here comes the
does it-
automaton queen with a steel chair.
When you snap your fingers, does it burning finger people?
I can build that.
Then yeah, they got a bunch of Talos to help us with some of the... Basically, this dungeon has all of your friends from every zone come back and help you in some way, so... And that recitation should put you over for quite a while. I can fake
Get him,
blessing,
Queen!
it pops off. You can do that every 50 battery. Hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. We're just hanging out in the Heroes Gauntlet, so, you know, doing pretty good.
We do be chillin'.
Just gonna spend this. There we go.
I do so much fucking damage.
This is what happens when you gear up properly.
Yeah, it's almost like spending gil in this game gets you better gear and allows you to continue to advance your class state.
I feel like this dungeon hit harder on release than if you actually do a ton of the side quests, and I guess if you do all the role quests. Yeah, that's the main thing for me, is it feels more appropriate when you do, like, you know, the Ether Current quests and the quests related to them, the role quests, it all kind of comes together better that way. I want this Talos, though, because we could have used that when we had that door that we needed to knock down. We had to go a fucking roundabout route with like 10 quests just to get a trolley to get that door open. Spectral Thief.
Huh, that outfit looks familiar.
Yeah, so this guy, the Final Fantasy XIV community seems to think this is a reference to Locke from Final Fantasy VI, but it can't be Locke because he has a chicken knife and that's not in Final Fantasy VI, so I don't know what they're thinking. That's on the developers, though, so he's dashing it. To that arrow.
I have a gun.
That's good. It means you can attack in sequence, unlike the samurai. I'm gonna put this
I'm
down.
so glad it auto detonates
Stand
your
in the sacred.
wildfire
That's
at the end
nice.
of your timing. Means you don't gotta time the detonation.
It's true. Yes, we need to hashtag add chicken knife to Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. Seraph? Consolate, my friends.
Queen!
So he's gonna go to that arrow, so I think we're good over here.
Yeah, we're good here.
Samurai might not be, though. It's okay, though. I'll just do this. Put one of these down and spread it. I don't think you need this, but I'll give it to you anyway.
I just disassembled his knife.
Hey, that's nice. Isn't it nice being able to reprisal on demand
I love it.
on a class
We're
that isn't a
fucking
tank?
running his fade, too.
Block, you didn't get to take the Valiant knife with you. Okay, these are AoEs, so just don't go in the corners. I'm gonna illuminate once we get back to the center, so...
Get him, queen.
I haven't used Indom once in this dungeon. Probably should. Now if the Spectral Whirlwinds again, I guess I will. But we're okay for now. I mean, it's a glamour weapon. I guess the chicken knife can be a glamour weapon if it wants to be. Okay. Hi, Feowul. Well, I mean, we weren't in that much trouble, but thanks for thinking of me. We don't talk about the fucking trolley.
Oh, I have to DM something to Cole. Oh,
What?
I look forward to this.
Oh boy.
Or an Ilmeg.
Yeah, Feowul
Oh,
took us
the
here
apocalypse here
because-
too.
I guess it's closer to the Crystarium, although we're running in the wrong direction. But then again, Feowul probably needed a little help, so...
Or a way to say no.
I wouldn't say no to Feowul, that would be mean. Oh look, it's Ankhthon. The Frog Prince! I'm sorry to say it, sir, but your princess might be in another castle.
That was my fucking favorite reference in this dungeon, or one of my favorites. That one of the bosses that we had to, like, body in Shadowbringers was just like, hey, I'm gonna help you out.
And then he frog songs everyone.
It's great.
Did your X-Cog pop yet? Yes, it did. Okay. Have a Whispering Dawn then. Not that you really need it, because I have 100 Fey Bar and nothing to spend it on at the moment, but, you know. Anybody not poisoned? The Paladin's not poisoned. Oh, there's a white mage in there. We gotta fix this.
Let me delete.
There we go.
Deleting the white mage.
Absolutely. Did I chain strat yet? Nope. Chain stratting now. Well, there they
Let me
go.
get a Bioblaster. Why is Machinist so
Sarah?
goddamn fun at high levels?
Because you just hit like a truck. That's why.
It's just a cacophony of violence and machinery. I love it.
This paladin is beating my paladin's ass. Ankhthon, more damage, please. Seraph can hold
If
out,
you
but only for
insist.
so long.
I love how I just drill and it does like 5%.
Well, your drills hit for like, what, 20,000 on a direct crit now?
Roundabout.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. I'm kind of disappointed we don't see Tenacia and who is that other guy? Ulthon here? Like, you just get some random Amaro and some random Namu rather than the ones that you know from the quests. So, I like the attention to detail that all of our friends are coming to help us. I don't like that they're not specifically the people from the side quests that we do. So... I do like how all of Titania's
Peas,
friends are
blossom,
here.
mustard seed!
I do like how all of Titania's friends are here, though. That's cool.
There's no puck there.
Yeah, Puck
we
couldn't
killed
join
Puck.
the party. We killed him too hard. Wow. Okay. Jesus, guys. Let's see, still have an X-Cog, so we're good there. And now it's gone. Let's do this. This up. There we go. Actually, I'm going to spread that out.
Also, Spectral Ink Mage, by the way.
Yeah, those are summoners from a different area. All of the enemies we're fighting here are apparently from other shards, essentially, from my understanding. I don't know how true that is, but they aren't dying when we kill them. They're just getting sent back to where they came from. I guess I'm glad that Graha's summoning spell didn't work that way, or else if anybody died during the trials that we fought, we would have had less party members. Spectral Necromancer. Think you know when healing stopped being super fun to you? Now the game is about doing everything to not do your job and only do it with the off GCDs. Missed dot management. Square Enix got rid of most of them. But instead of, I don't know, bouncing around keeping dots up perpetually, we'd still have them. Yeah, that would be nice, I guess. I had to read that while dodging AoEs. I don't know if I did enough damage because my chain strat was up. Necromancy! I'm gonna Seraph. Basically spread these out, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I just lucided it, but oh well. Well, they're your summons, so I mean, if they're tired, that's your fault. What's the AoE on these? Oh, okay, that's not too
Relatively thick. Oh shit.
Let me put the Sacred over here.
We should stand.
We're gonna be
that.
spreading out in a minute, but you know, it's fine. Someone would
Their
die
anchor
on our
hits.
side. Gonna play PSO2 tomorrow and stream if you unbox the PS2. Nice. Good luck with it. Hopefully it all goes well for you. Spread these out too.
Yep.
Because I'm caught. At least I can still deal damage while it's happening. Celine, why don't you go like in the middle with everybody so I can just kind of like do this. Nice work. And back to me. Chaos Storm. Have a Sacred.
Dissembler.
I'm just in
That's a
such
good
a
idea.
rhythm right now, man. There's just...
Same.
It just hits, you know? I'm just like, no, I know exactly what I need to do, and I'm gonna do it. Hope that hits everybody. Didn't hit you. I'll give you one. Hold on. And I'll give you one. There we go. Put Celine in
Should
the
be
middle
fine.
again. No, it's not in range. That's unfortunate.
Genius
Birthday
fucking
balloons
placement.
popping.
The big cleaves. We only do big cleaves here.
I think I just overwrote my Aether Claw. Oh well. I said I was in a rhythm. And then I wasn't, all of a sudden. Oh, nice. Well, that is a lot closer to the Crystarium than the direction we were going in. We just walked, like, across the lake to get here. I'm probably gonna have to rewrite that Galvanize, but that's okay.
Ain't no thing.
It's okay, because you know I got that thing on me. Before you jump
I
off.
do too. It's a gun.
That's true. Yours is a little bit more interesting. I hear friends down here. Gia and Sarang are here. Nice. Oh, great. I just overwrote my Biolysis with another Biolysis. I was trying to recitation, but I didn't have it yet, so.
Branson based.
Branson's also here. There's some random white mage in the background that my computer won't click on. There we go. Oh, they have... So they have a protect, but you can interrupt it. I guess.
I'm gonna roast this white mage.
You should do that. Did you get the whispering? Everybody got it. Good. Just wanted to make
With
sure.
my bullets.
Seraph. Consolate.
Cease and desist.
Don't stand in that. Did we get the white mage? We did. Okay. I see a bot. I will take care of a bot. It's too bad. The bot caught me at the worst possible time while I'm healing. I haven't used Ether Pact yet. I can take care of the bot while Ether Pact is up. It is up, right? Oh, it's not up. Hold on. Fuck.
Look, I don't have mod here.
There. This person. Ban. There. Now we should be good. Did I get hit by anything while that was happening? I don't think so. No, close their name off. There we go. Now come off the pact. There. Stand strong, soldiers of the Crystarium. I'm glad that you all came back to do your jobs. I probably should have done this before, because now I'm going to take all the aggro, but that's okay. Target the white mage in case they use protect again, and you can interrupt it. Not yet. I guess the ink mages learned how to use gravity too. Interesting.
Oh, that's not good.
Poke spot with flamethrower. Am I doing it right? Something like that. As a matter of fact, oh, you still have the X-Cog. I was gonna say, I'm gonna use the, whatchamacallit, but I don't need to use Fey Blessing yet. You've still got your X-Cog, so. Lou Reek is also here, by the way. I think the only one that isn't here is, not Taylor. What was...
Tainer.
Yeah, Tainer, that guy. I think he's the only one that's not here. Wonder where he is.
He's off with his new son.
I guess so. Your shield is impregnable. Uh-oh, he's Passage of Armsing. What do we do? Giad has a plan.
Good.
Giad has a fist. Well, that'll do,
God.
Giad. Thank you.
Damn!
Alright, Sacred up, and now we should be good for a little while. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to X-Cog, and now I don't have to heal for the rest of the pull. It's fine. I mean, I might have to Fate Blessing, but I also have 100 bar left, so, like, I can just kind of, you know...
Kill.
If I'm really feeling it, I'll just, I don't know, do something about it. And that takes care of that. Looks like there's more of them, but we can go through the gates to... Where are we exactly? Luminous
Right outside the
Sanctuary.
Casteria.
Oh,
feel like
Crystal
I'm in
Tower's
fucking
probably being
Elden
blocked
Ring.
by all this stuff, so...
I feel like I'm in Elden Ring.
Mm.
In that first
Listen, as
church
long
you
as
get to
Millennia
on the
doesn't
rider.
spawn from one of these portals, I think we'll be okay. That is not Millennia, we'll be fine.
He is pissed, though.
Nice Berserker outfit, dude. You're missing a hammer, though.
I don't think he needs the hammer, bro. He's got a great sword.
Probably not. So how inner-release is he? You used to be a warrior.
It appears to be up constantly. That's terrifying.
Maybe it's different where he comes from.
Does not die much. Possible.
Giad is second best girl, only losing out to Feo Ul. There you go. Just gonna place this preemptively, because I know
I'm
what's
disassembling
about
his
to happen.
sword!
Good, you should do that.
Ow.
That should take care of it. Oh, that did nothing. I was summoning Seraph, thinking it was going to actually do something. It did 0. Oh, okay, Seraph gets to do something. Never mind, it's fine. Seraph, consolate, and do it again. Thank you, Seraph. Wild Reach. I think that's a knockback.
It is.
It's a knockback.
It's a sturdy knockback, too. Oh, he's in a hole.
I don't think we want to be in the hole right now. Maybe later. Can I
hole.
put you... I don't think that's going to reach. That's unfortunate. So stack with the rubble. Don't move from the rubble until the whole cast is over, and then go to Celine in the middle.
I love the utter fucking violent animation of the queen just charging at somebody from a long distance.
Wild Rampage. Go into hole. And then get out of the hole before you reach 8 stacks.
I love the fucking debuff. A bit berserk.
Yeah, just a little. A smidge.
I need it.
Samurai, watch out. He heard me.
Oh, he's mad, though.
He is mad. That's okay. Oh, that's on me.
Something, something, roar, ride the rage.
Oh, he's rampaging again, I think. Yep. Wow. I'll go over here. This'll work. I'm just gonna place this right in the middle. Do one of those. Hey, look, I think almost everybody got it. Oh, you moved too far. Never mind. I thought I placed it right. I'll place this here, and then we'll be okay. Spread it out. Chain strats up. Seraph. Consolate my friends. Easy. Also, you don't have to do that in, pro tip to anyone who plays this game, you don't have to do your limit breaks in chain strat. It doesn't do more damage. They just do a set amount of damage at all times, so that's on us. We should move. Good.
Didn't do shit.
Yeah, we could have just stayed where we were.
Just DPS forehead.
Well, that was
I
easy.
think we got him.
Let's hope they're not all that easy. Or else Elidibus won't be giving me a challenge. Good job, team.
They're all gonna be that easy.
It's too bad I wasn't using the gun, or I could have channeled Gilder right there by twirling it around and then saying, I wish they were all that easy. But yeah, good job, team. I guess the samurai gets to come in, because the tank didn't stick around. I don't want this rope.
Mine.
Mine? Gilder, give your stalker a chance! I know. You guys think people would enjoy an alternate history manga set in the Hungarian uprising of 1956? Yes, because I know nothing about it, so it'd be my opportunity to learn about the Hungarian uprising of 1956, so I'd be interested. Might require context for most of that. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It'd be more easy to follow if you were from Hungary, or Eastern Europe in general, I think, so. Well, Central and Eastern. Hungary's kind of Central Europe. It would have context, don't worry. There you go. Alright, well, we took care of the specters.
Even they have limits. Nevertheless, we should remain vigilant.
But they could break their limits. And then I would have actually be challenged there. The hardest difficulty in that fight was banning the bot in the middle of healing.
While we were fighting. These enemies.
Just spam your healing.
Well, I didn't have to. I banned them and the tank was still good.
Heroes hailing from other shards, summoned hither to deliver this world from its doom.
Well, they're really missing context, aren't they?
Scant moments after the star shower did they appear, as yet more souls were inspired to walk the hero's path, no doubt.
So then why did they need to feel like they needed to save the world? Who told them that? Asians.
Thus did hopes for salvation of realms near and far resonate and converge, lending still greater strength unto our adversary.
You remember 3 patches ago when the Asians said it was physically impossible to summon things from other worlds? It was only possible to teleport through void portals. Those were the days.
So that's a little.
At least then the world had limits
but
that we could see.
First.
Now
If
anything
the
can
rings
happen.
are the same as the Exarchs, then we need to ask him how that's possible.
Because Elidibus took control of the Crystal Tower. Like, that's the logical deduction we can make here.
The Crystarium is close. Let us press on.
Alright. Off we go. Rory, grab your gun and your queen. We've got work to do. Who?
I'm gonna need a bigger gun.
Can you outfit the queen with the gun? How much of the Tycoon is left over to retrofit?
Enough.
Can you
So
get her
near
to
and yet
spread
so
shot
far.
all of these guys? Hi, can we
Working
help
on
you?
it.
You guys are missing some serious context, like you don't know who you're fighting. I'm gonna guess none of you are actually gonna listen to me because that would require any of you to have character.
One can always find an opening to exploit.
That's true. That's how I trick attack and mug.
Whoever taught you that is a wise man indeed.
That's good
And
because I'm a
with
very
gun.
wise person.
But yes,
No,
I
it's-
dare say
it's
we can create an
Tancred.
opening wide enough for at least one of us to slip through.
At least. It's like 20 more guys. We
That
fought
being
these
you,
guys and ate them for
none
breakfast
others
in
are
the
welcome
dungeon.
to follow in your wake. Reen and I will keep our guests occupied.
You sure? I mean, the odds are pretty well outnumbered in your favor.
Brave and selfless as ever. Yet the two of you may struggle to fool our foes, etherically sensitive as they are.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're attacking, because Tancred has no ether, so they think he's evil.
Had you a comrade who could use destructive magics to wreak havoc upon the ambient ether, on the other hand?
They would despawn, because they're all made of ether at the moment, because they're remotely projecting here. Oh, here we go.
Very well. I too shall assist in the diversionary effort.
And now they have a light party.
Oh, not this old dance again. Yes, obviously, I'll stay and fight.
Obviously.
Alphino, I'm about to do a great many stupid and reckless things. Watch my back, would you?
Sure. Well, I guess Not much of a choice now, huh, Alphino?
And there you have it.
Alright, Kolo,
Take
see you
care
in a
of
little
yourself,
bit.
my friend.
Go take your shower. Rory, it's you and me. We're gonna make a hole. You don't have enough lives for
When
this.
in doubt.
Use the magic sparingly, because I don't want to have to explain to Cryle why your body's turned to nothingness.
I shall not overexert myself without good reason. As for the others...
Well, Alice uses the limit break as soon as it pops every time you do a trust, so, yeah. Good luck. Wait, the Crystal Tower is on my right. These guys are in front of me. They'd never get to me before I hit the door, especially with Peloton. Flashbang out! Scions aren't allowed to have fun with the bosses, yeah, I know. A short while earlier in the Ocular, because they sometimes do the mechanics correctly and sometimes they run through them. Alphino does not have the magic or the patience to argue with Alice when she says things like that. You'd think Alice wouldn't have the magic to do any of that either, but hey. Big damn heroes moment. Graha finished the blood vessel.
Let me see. Oh yes, your memories are preserved safely within. We've done it. We've done it at last.
Now we just need to get their souls in there. Why does my head feel so empty all of a sudden?
I inspected the other vessels. They are all ready to receive of our friends' memories.
How would you know what those do if your memories are inside that crystal?
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Did you only pour a little in?
My familiars bear word to them at once.
Yeah, we didn't see any of those familiars, did we? Which means they had an unwelcome guest. Who let this fucker in?
Elidibus.
Hi. Maybe you shouldn't keep the door unlocked. Incidentally, the door is locked, though, isn't it? Like, I thought the only people that could get in are people with Royal Elegant blood.
And the Warrior of Darkness, that I realized what I must do.
Like, my thought process before was that the Crystarium gatekeeper, not that the door was unlocked, but that the gatekeeper was taking us to the door, and then Graha was unlocking it with his eye, and that's how we got in. But apparently, any old fucker can just walk through the door now.
I will summon heroes from other worlds unto the first, just as you did.
Which either means Graha is leaving the door unlocked, and I guess he's getting a little senile, so we could say that, but I'm pretty sure this patch wants to make him look heroic, not senile. Or, Elidibus breaks the rules because the plot has to happen.
To empower me, granting me the strength to crush my enemy.
Uh-huh. You know that still makes you a primal, right?
I feel compelled to explain.
Like, by virtue of existing, I will stomp you under my foot, because that's what I've done for years.
But you assume I require my champions to be summoned in their entirety. I do not. Their souls needn't even be whole.
So he soul-shrivened people on top of that, and these people will probably wake up in whatever shards they came from.
Burning desire to vanquish evil.
And how do they know what the evil is without context? Man, the other shards are really dumb.
This I shall sear upon the ether.
Probably is, to be honest. Remember when Lena literally gave you the key to the Ocular? Yeah.
To whom I shall whisper,
Yeah.
as I have to so many over the ages. Here lies darkness. It must be destroyed.
And they'll believe a random voice from the ether wholesale because no one in this fucking video game knows how to use logic anymore. So you remember how I said I was too tired to really bullshit with this game anymore? Patch 5.3 pulls it back out of me.
I do not require your cooperation.
Run it back.
Your death will suffice. The magic I shall have from your corpse.
Well, that's not very nice. Graha, get your... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, get your all-rounder gear out. But this'll work too. For a little bit, anyway.
We must flee.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Why didn't you use your blue flame thing on him, Lugus? If you would have used the blue flame thing, he would have died, because there's nothing to burn in here. I mean, I guess there's the table. And I guess the doors are made of wood. But would he know how to do that? Oh yeah, so Graha put some of his memories into the crystal, and now because he did that, Elidibus just so happened to knock the one and only crystal that has the key to the crystal tower out of their hands so that he can take advantage of it. Why am I stopping for some random voice moaning in the distance? I have more important things to do. Oh, it's because the voice sounds familiar. Because it's Graha. I gotta go see how he fucked up. Hang on. What are you two doing out here? Oh, that's not good. She's stable, but she's unconscious. I can see it.
How did you...
Well, you kind of glow in the dark, big guy. It's kind of hard to miss.
No matter. Elidibus. He took us unawares.
Why did you leave the door unlocked? How did you leave the door unlocked? I'm pretty sure it's an Allegan seal. I didn't think it was possible to leave the door unlocked because they're assholes. So why would they? Okay. Man, he's crystallizing so bad, it's crystallizing his clothes too. 5.3, this patch gave me such mixed feelings. Yeah. Again,
all we could
it pulls a lot out of me.
To raise a ward to hinder his steps.
Oh, okay, well.
And so we fled.
I guess as long as the ward is up, it should
But he
slow him down.
The vessel with the Exarch's memories.
You know, the one and only thing you probably should have held on to with your lives, but okay.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
It's already forgiven, Becklug, even with the Crystal Exarch's memories and the power of the Crystal Tower. I've beaten Zan before.
The blood of Allegan royalty, granting him the means to control the tower.
Which is why all those specters were summoned out here.
He has performed I know not how many summonings, calling forth heroes from across the rift.
You know, it's a wonder that the first is still intact after all this, considering how much light ether he ripped from across time and space into this shard. Time to smack another Unsundered Dacian around. The last one.
The burden upon the tower is beginning to tell.
I can see that pretty much. Yeah, I'm glad. Well, I don't know. That sort of sounds like less of an all-business thing. Let's just say leave him to me. You leave him to me, Graha. I might need a minor miracle to get it to work. We might need to initiate Protocol Omega-7 again, but, you know.
No, I won't let you go alone. Not this time.
Well, I can't, because unless Elidibus is as senile as you, he would have locked the door, so there would be no way in. I have the key to the ocular, but that's inside the Crystal Tower, so I'm gonna need you to come anyway.
The people's nobility, twisted their purest intentions for terrible ends.
No, he took advantage of the stupidity that Square Enix wrote into their characters.
And I cannot let it stand.
But at least we're on the same page
As
about
Exarch,
that.
It is my duty to protect them, to defend their hopes and dreams.
And it is my duty to smack Square Enix over the head and spray water at them like a cat and say, no, no, none of that. Shame on you.
So I am going to the Crystal Tower, with or without your blessing. Though, I would rather it were with.
I need you to come with me anyway to unlock the door. So, it's fine. Let's go. Becklug's gonna be okay. I mean, I can stabilize her more if you want, but it's fine. Let's go.
Thank you.
How many have we actually destroyed? La Habrea, Aegeorm, Emmet Selk, the Ascian Paragons in Summoner Quests.
Be a burden. Better that I remain here with my gremlins.
I don't know if the gremlins are gonna be good company.
Stay strong, my friend, and take heart.
Pretty sure the gremlins don't like anything related to
Elidibus
pixies,
within the
actually.
tower, we have done more than simply delay him.
Oh, he's stuck in the tower? You warded him in?
Much
Okay.
like our adversary, I am not wont to show my hand prematurely, but the time has come to bring my strongest card to bear.
And what is that exactly? Oh, okay. Sure. We can keep it a secret until the plot demands it. Actually, I know what your strongest card is.
To the tower.
It's the one thing I've been asking to do with the Crystal Tower since the beginning of this X-Pack. And frankly, I have the ether to supercharge the fucker, so let's do this. Welcome back, Colo. We got through the dungeon. We are moving to the trial that lets us defeat the villain of this section of the game. That's a good idea, actually, to make sure Becklug is intact. Okay. Then we'll make a quick pit stop, and then we'll go straight for the tower. Hang on. Get in! We're going to the tower.
Once the conversation with the Exarch is finished and I'm done clipping into your car.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. And this way I can fly over the Triffid that wants our blood. Are the Convocation of 14 the only Ascians that didn't get sundered when Mama Crystal delivered that monster dropkick in Sundered Reality? Because that was a cool AF of a dropkick. I think some of them still got sundered, though, right? Like, I think from my understanding, it's only La Habrea, Emmett Selk, and Elidibus who were unsundered, right? I think the rest of them got sundered. Don't have that light ether anymore. You spent it fighting Hades. Actually, that was only Vothri's light ether. I didn't need that much to kill Emmett. I still have, I was mentioning it before, but I still have Titania, Eros, and Storage? Whatever the name of the boss from Malika's Well was. So, it's just that my ether is 2-to-1 balanced with Ardbert's Dark Ether and my own. So. Watch out for the Triffids, because even though the Spectres are still wandering around out here, they still, you know, even with the Spectres, the Triffids and everything still want your blood. So, there we go. Something like that, yeah. And we're gonna go take care of him. Are you sure? Because the people that were fighting in the Heroes Gauntlet were on the side of the path to the Crystal Tower, and they still got their shit pushed in by those Spectres. Anyway. Death by tree after fighting beings from another world would be embarrassing as fuck, not gonna lie. I mean, that's true. Yeah, that car is from the Final Fantasy 15 crossover event, which we did a couple of X-Packs ago. So. It was quite literally retrofitted from Noctis's memories of the Regalia, so. Oh, hey, Lena, did you find your character development yet? After how many times she's heard you say that, Graha, you're lucky she doesn't slap the shit out of you. He's turning into a glow stick. That's just great. I mean, I just explained it. He's turning into a glow stick. If we don't kill the guy that's in the Crystal Tower, he will turn into a full glow stick. Hell, he might still turn into a full glow stick. And Lena is too afraid of character development, so she's not going to talk to him about it until after. I forget if she does talk to him about it after. Alright, listen. Go say something to your surrogate daughter. We do need to go, but you're not quite a glow stick yet, and Elidibus isn't summoning right now, so tell her what needs to be said. You remember that time when you wanted to be a machinist, but Square Enix said they needed you to be a dancer? Yeah, those were the days. Not much of a cook there, huh, Graha? Well, actually, that makes sense. He's from Charlian. You'd think he would have availed himself of anything the Alligans knew about cooking by the time this came round, but maybe the Alligans didn't know much about cooking either. Remember when Graha was this competent leader instead of a fanboy? When was that? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Jesus.
Character undevelopment. Well, they're getting some development here, but it's all coming out of Graha's mouth instead of Lena's, which I'm a little upset by because, again, they set the stage, the foundation for Lena to have more development after patch 5.2. But we're leaving the first after patch 5.3, so she will have no development after this.
I didn't mean to open that door.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. You needed to say dad things, Graha. You're saying goodbye things rather than dad things. I'll keep him in line, Lena. Not to worry. Worst comes to worst, Rory can just, I don't know, disassemble him.
Shoot.
Alright, off we go. There they go. And they're taking your character development with them. So, again, part of the reason why I don't like Lena's development, or lack thereof, is because the only times that you really see her do much developing as a character is when she's crying. It's like they needed someone to be an analog for the crying they wanted the audience to be doing on demand, like in character. So, oh look, there's the ward. Thanks for reminding you, I have one more thing to DM call. Oh, there you go. Yeah, but that's fine. At least then he'll give me something of a challenge rather than nothing at all. Alright, Interceptor. It's almost time. I'm going to need you to keep watch out here. Oh good, my virus protection decided to send me a message right in the middle. I heard the bada-badung and I thought it was me disconnecting. Also, that quest gave us 5,000 gil as a reward.
God damn.
Yeah, this one's giving us 3,600. Ready there, Graha. Let's lift the ward up and finish this. After, actually, I'm gonna wait for Cole to get here so we can finish it.
I'm already ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Just go.
There we go.
Just go.
Let's finish this.
Let's go kick another Asian's ass.
So, you know, just another Tuesday. Literally is Tuesday today, so. Alright, in we go. Haven't heard this music in a while. And if it wasn't for the fact that they didn't want to keep people from getting to the good parts, they would have had us go through a solo instance here where we killed a whole bunch of the things that were in the Crystal Tower before, but...
Not here either. We must keep climbing.
I don't know if it would have made sense for them to be hanging out here, though, since, you know, Graha lives here. Couldn't we have used the elegant teleporter portals? I attuned to all of those when we got here before. Uh-oh. Maybe having Graha etherically teleport wouldn't be possible. Are you okay? I can't heal you. I'm on Dark Knight now. I don't think I could heal that. Jesus Christ, man. Really letting yourself go. Uh-oh. Well, you know what time it is. You can cast Cure from the floor, right? Because I might need one or two. He got the soccer player injury. Yep.
'Twas but a matter of time.
Something like that. Well, you knew they were going to show up eventually. We're intruding on his space now.
Up with you. Nor will it avail us to make a stand here.
I mean, I could try to carry you. I used to carry 600 pounds of armor on my back every time I was on Dark Knight. How much could your crystal weigh?
You must go on without me. Find Elidibus and stop him.
Are you sure? I don't doubt that you can handle these guys, but...
Worry not, my friend. Though I am no warrior, I have learned to hold my own over the years.
Well, that's true, because you can play any role in a dungeon, so... Tank, healer, or DPS, depending on what we need.
When first we explored this tower, you and your fellow adventurers formed the van, while I was left to follow in your wake. Suffice it to say, I was not best pleased with the arrangement. How I wished that I could
You're gonna
join
have a field
you.
day when you spawn to those 3 or 4 DMs. Oh, I will. Don't you worry.
I mean, you could have joined us, Graha. All you had to do is join the full party. We could have spared one less DPS to have you archer it up. Hell, people used to do that back in the day. They used to unequip their job crystals for some of the stuff. I don't remember why, but I think in some cases it was actually advantageous. Unless it was just people taking the piss.
Trust in you and the power of your legacy, of your name, to let them guide my every deed.
That's funny because you still don't know how to cook, and that's like a third of my legacy. I need to teach you how to cook
is my name
and gather.
And my mission, guiding my every deed.
But you don't know what it means anymore, so it can't guide you. This is a good question. Did you never consider, you know, learning to cook better than a Charlian can cook? Or learning to gather your own food? Or, I don't know.
I did, but
Something
I chose
like
not to walk them, thank the gods. Why ever would you ask me such a thing?
Because I feel like we'd all be in a better position. I'm just being honest with you. If all of us had chosen not to walk this warpath, I feel like we wouldn't be here right now.
You say? How curious. To answer your question, then, I made my choice for reasons which seemed obvious to me, but may not to any other.
People thought it was better than the job crystal bonuses. It
There were the
typically wasn't.
expectations
Okay,
I
there you
placed
go.
upon myself before beginning my slumber, and the expectations of those who roused me.
Yeah, that's a lot of expectations.
Of course,
I know
had
the
the
feeling.
choice to turn my back on a lot of it, but in the end, it was no choice at all.
Well, not turn your back on it. Just instead of, you know, worrying about the combat stuff, worry about how to work the satellite laser in the crystal tower and sear the light wardens from the world with them, and then learn how to, I don't know, farm or make clothing.
I cherish the time I spent with you and the others. What I wouldn't give to return to those halcyon days.
They must seem very halcyon to you, considering you were much younger then.
Chasing ancient secrets, overcoming trial after trial with the aid of like-minded comrades. And what remarkable comrades they were. In such company, I felt as if I were a character in the epic tales that had stirred my heart as a boy, as if my dream had come true.
Trust me, those 5 extra cross-class kills did not beat out your kid after you hit 15 and became a maxed out job. It's why you didn't really see classes after A Realm Reborn. People eventually got it, yeah. Fair
It
enough.
hadn't, of course, for I was no hero. Neither then nor after. Though the world to which I awakened and the first were beset with myriad problems, I rarely knew how best to play my part.
Yeah, I can understand that.
There was, however, one thing of which I was certain. That I could not bear to let those dear to me meet a tragic end.
Well, I guess we're on the same page there too, huh, Graha? This is how millennials describe playing on the Sega Genesis. Don't even remember the Genesis. We never had a Genesis growing up. We got a Super Nintendo in like 1997 when the console was almost on its way out. We always got consoles like years late, honestly. Well, there he goes.
I'm afraid our time is up. Go.
There he go.
You got this, Graha.
Rest assured you haven't seen the
Yeah,
last
that's a
of
lot
me.
of motherfuckers.
I wouldn't dream of playing my trump card safe in your presence.
Well, just remember that we might need that minor miracle I was talking about. If you hear Omega 7 on the link shell, you know what to do.
Omega 7.
Break.
Walk like I walked when I almost got killed with my 600 pounds of armor on. That's break ga, actually. Graha. I'm surprised it went off, considering you didn't say the full spell name. Of course, that implies you have to say the full spell name every time you use it. And that'd be like that one guy shouting lightning bolt over and over.
Lightning bolt! Hey look, Zan's throne.
How many times have we been up here now?
Far too many.
Yeah, that's about right. Sort of remember the Sega Saturn, but Sega stopped making consoles and decided to stick to only games. Yeah, and then there's the Dreamcast, and after that they were like, yeah, I don't think we need to be in the console market. Yes, Magic Missile. We don't get Matra Magic in this game unless you're a Blue Mage. But we can't use it at this level, so...
Worthless as memories of the only past. Fated to fray and fade into oblivion. Leaving naught but a gaping void.
If that's all that's left in your gigantic black heart, Elidibus, then why are you still here?
The Waking Sands. Yes, that was the place. The place I first made myself known to you and yours.
I guess you could say by now your footfalls are beginning to fade, huh?
The seventh rejoining had left the realm listing dangerously towards darkness, and events were unfolding that threatened to push it over the brink. Thus did I approach you in my capacity as emissary, thinking that you would make a useful pawn.
That's funny. I do remember that part, and I think I would have told you to shove it, just like I would have told you now.
For my misstep did La Habrea and Emet-Selch pay the ultimate price, leaving me the last of the Unsundered.
You seem surprisingly more lucid about this now.
My remaining brethren, fragmented as they are, cannot hope to see our mission to its end.
That's funny considering what happens in Endwalker.
Me alone.
They can't see this mission to their end. Meanwhile, in 6.0, Elidibus surprised Pikachu face.
I will strike you down.
Yup.
I will resurrect Lord Zodiac, and I will bring back those who sacrifice themselves to call him forth.
So did you give this whole spiel to the specters you summoned? Because I'm pretty sure if they heard you say that, they would stop working for you.
Though it take 1,000 years, upon my honor as Elidibus, emissary of the Convocation of 14, I will see this done.
Dreamcast and Saturn were goated in the library department. They had pretty good games on them. I don't know if there's a whole lot of good emulators for either of them. I got a Saturn emulator working, but... You hear his accent, just imagine Ghost from Modern Warfare 2, 2022. I mean, it might be the same voice actor. This game isn't that old, so I wouldn't be surprised. Why hasn't someone just blown him up yet? You'd think Ardbert wasn't immune to magic, because then they would have no plot. Well, yeah, it's all he has left. And he doesn't even know why he has it anymore. Oh, look, there's that one guy, Dodalphalon, I think, that I mentioned before. La Habrea. Emet-Selch. He doesn't get to have his mask on when I remember him, though.
I don't think he ever wore it in plot for, like, more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. We might have seen it, like, way back in the day, but, you know. So, I don't know what you're thinking to do at this point, but the Convocation is gone, Elidibus. You can replace them, sure, but they'll never be the same as they were. You need to move on. Make a new story. Stop writing the old one. It's getting a little stale.
I have my mission.
And what is your mission?
Elidibus, and it is my duty to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. This I swore to someone.
You don't even remember, do you?
We spoke, and I swore. What? What did I...
See what I'm talking about, man? How can you ever expect to complete a mission if you don't remember the objective? Look, plot gets old after a while. I'm ruthless to a fault. At times, stop giving a shit, and the only thing that matters is I see the one path to the solution. I get that. Mission impossible. Your mission, Elidibus, should you choose to accept it, is die.
Pain. This torment is nothing. No more than must be suffered to deliver the world from its doom. No more than any of you malformed creatures have known.
You're suffering already? I haven't even begun to fight. If you're suffering already, you're in trouble.
Even should it cost you your life, you bear the burden and fight on. Kicking and screaming until your last breath is spent.
And now you're just channeling Ardbert's memories. So you've lost yourself entirely.
That fucking line is way too hard.
We've lost much.
You move on kicking and screaming until you die.
Unimaginable suffering.
God damn.
But through it all, we never, ever forgot what was dear to us. And that's what gave us
my god,
strength
this next fucking line.
to carry on.
And carry on we will. Because, oh weary wandering warrior, you've no fight left to fight. No war left to win.
No life left to live.
No life yet that you remember to be your own, but still you're standing here. Isn't it time you put an end to all this? Aren't you tired?
No. It will not end here.
But I'm already here. The end has come, Elidibus. I'm just the Reaper.
Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call. The time is come to deliver your brethren from darkness. My heart's
are the
sole
darkness.
desire is a world free of sorrow. Join with me now in hope and prayer for the salvation of all.
And that's your problem. Because a world free of sorrow is no world at all, Elidibus. Because how can we know what we need to protect if we don't remember what we fought for? You think they would value the Sundered Souls because they used to be the old civilization. You think they try to unsunder you rather than just wiping you out? Because, I mean, they value the good old days so much. Yeah, well...
As the avatar of those mortal heroes who fought unfalteringly in all their imperfection. As the warrior of light incarnate.
And Final Fantasy I reference. But it makes no sense in this context.
So cool!
Because Tiuna wore that armor, and he doesn't have bunny ears.
He does have Vera-styled hair.
I guess they figured Tsukiyomi was already a rabbit, so they were like, just make him the Amano art.
He's so cool.
Initiate Protocol Omega 7. Those words sound familiar to you? Of course they don't. They don't have to. They will be our battle cry, Elidibus.
An invocation of Eld. Though not of Heidelin's making.
But you don't remember him.
What are you?
How depressing.
I am an adventurer of no amount of repute. And all I'm here to do is right or wrong.
It matters not. You are the enemy, and you will fall. Even should it cost me everything, I will not forsake my duty.
Your duty is lost, Elidibus, and pretty soon, your life will be too. No, is it explained anywhere what each of the members of the 14 did? I mean, they're almost exalted. I think you can imply what they did from certain background knowledge. I did for one of the Ascians that will actually show up in the hijacked credits, but we'll talk about that later. The Seat of Sacrifice is now accessible at the moment, though. And of course we're double tanking it, because why wouldn't we? If we didn't double tank it, we might be wrong. Okay, I'm through the cutscene. Let me know when you're ready, and off we'll go. Are you gonna show up in here, or...?
I am not. I'm in my own instance.
Oh, okay. That means you'll teleport in a second. Is there anywhere that explains each seat's role? I think there's, like, supplementary... It was probably in, like, a light novel or something where it explains what their actual role was. Because I remember looking something up for the credits that talked about their roles, and one specific guy was, like, a botanist, and one was the preserver of order, and a whole bunch of other stuff. That might just be me misremembering them as the Acuria from Final Fantasy XII, though, so, you know. Okay.
Let's finish this off.
Ready to go?
Let's get this done.
Here we go. Elidibus. Once the rest of my party members are finished summoning, they have to load in. It will be time.
Monochromatics.
They got J.C. Miller back, by the way, for the song in the background here. It's called To the Edge. It's the main theme of the next boss fight.
It's so fucking good.
We have to talk about it, but in a vacuum, it's probably one of the best songs in this Hex pack. In a vacuum. We'll talk about why I have troubles with it later. For now, let's just ride the high, shall we? Light novel, fucking shit, this is literally the .hack series. Multimedia franchises are mean to people like me. See, as far as I'm concerned, if it's in supplemental media like that, it doesn't count, but I don't know. Whatever. You still have food, right?
Yup.
Okay, good. Because our food has long since run out.
Just a tiny bit.
Excuse me. It's probably for the best, though, because I don't actually need the food that I had. Well, crit and debt wouldn't be too bad. What does broad bean curry give me again? I think it's like tenacity and something else, right? Yeah, tenacity and debt. That's fine. The Hack had anime, games, novels, and mangas. Yeah. It's definitely one of those, and it, you know, it might have been slightly before its time too, because not a ton of games were doing that back when the .hack series was coming out. That was like PS2 days, and they were really going into it. But then again, it was pretty popular in Japan from my understanding, so that's probably part of why. So. Alright, so I have to do the level 80 Dark Knight opener. And I won't have time to think about what it is because the queue just popped. It's fine, I'll wing it. No big deal. Oh, it lived into the PS2 days? It was on PS1 first? See, I didn't know that. So. Call queue popped.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure because you're the only one that hasn't queued yet.
For Queen and Country!
But you're not on Paladin, though.
I wish I was. I had a glamour ready and everything. That's how ready I was to do that right at the end here. Fucking damn you, leveling roulettes. Being boring and shit.
There he is.
So cool!
For our world, I will strike you down.
Alright, Elidibus. One last chance. You talk a big game. Now let's see if you can back it up.
I'm a little tired of warm-ups.
This time for real.
Sage White Mage, thank God.
There you go. That'll make the heal check a little easier. Because the first mechanic is a heal check. Yeah, don't forget to munch. Oh, and we have a bunch of reses as well.
Oh, thank God.
Just in case. Yeah, I was
Alright,
say,
we're going
go
straight
ahead.
into it.
Go ahead, because the red mage already started, so. Terror unleashed. Okay, that's definitely Living Dead.
What I see? Solemn Confiteor. I might.
Of course, Saber. That's in, because he's got the big glow. If it doesn't have a glow, it's out. He might do it again to show this.
He's at 83%.
Yes, he is. It's going to keep attacking. There we go. Absolute Fire 3. This is Pyretic. Wait for it. Stop. Click off. Ooh, the Red Mage really didn't listen. Red Mage, did you not hear me? Absolute Blizzard 3. Be moving or jumping when this goes off. I remember when Pyretic and Snowdrift didn't have clearly defined markers, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, he's mad.
He's imbuing his blade with fire, so the next Saber will be Pyretic. So, and unfortunately, it's in the middle of my window. So I'll just click off now. Okay, back to Delirium.
Gleaming steel, like my power.
Wonder what that does.
He has no right to have lines that go this hard. But he's so fucking cool!
Okay, well, that's making a thing. Summoned Worm. He's a summoner now, apparently.
I think he's everything, my guy.
I guess so. Bullshit.
He's hit us with Dark Knight stuff, Paladin stuff.
No, unnamed hero. He didn't
unnamed hero, no!
He didn't make it.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
He's coming back. It's fine. He, unleashed us. We're all back. What do you mean we'll be banished instead? Where are you going to banish us to?
Absolute teleport.
What world could you possibly send me to that would prevent what's about to happen? Well.
Oh, we going to gay baby jail.
I mean, the chains already are, so now it's even babier? Whoa. I'm gonna guess this is the Void. Where's Cloud of Darkness? Huh. Well, we're writing an angry letter to
Oh, I hate this maneuver!
Because we have to defy the will by mashing on our keyboard for 15 entire seconds to prevent ourselves from dying.
Sticky keys, I swear to God. Okay, thank God.
Just don't press shift and you won't have sticky keys. Okay, everybody get close. Because I have a plan. Remember that mechanic in Shinra UX where you had to heal the ads? What happened to stuff like that? That was a good idea. Your silence has been broken.
You! It cannot be!
Man, I want to learn how to snap with my index finger.
Remember us?
Evidently not. And prank complete. Nice job, Hithlodius. Very convincing wave.
To me, warriors of light!
I think the prank made him a little mad, bro.
Well, that's what pranks are supposed to do.
I am salvation, given form.
I love this shot.
These are supposed to be Final Fantasy IV references.
And his final
Again, I don't see it.
I love that shot so much.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Elidibus, but your all might not be enough. So go ahead. Hit me with everything you have.
No.
But your light shall burn no more.
You almost missed the timing. I just want you to know
No, it was
that.
the first. As long as you get it within the first sword swing, it's fine.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. That's not what I was told.
Yeah, you can hit it real late and still get it, so...
Okay, he's imbuing fire.
Yep.
And
so we're gonna have the pyretic after this next mechanic.
Fuck.
This is Twin Meteors. Because he summoned Palom and Porum. I'll go over with you. Okay, let's go to this one.
Max melee?
I have aggro. I'll turn off grid. Oh, is it max
You do
melee?
a little bit more damage than me. Rotate?
Yeah, we'll just rotate in max melee range, it's fine.
Remember pyretic.
Yeah, and this is...
It's out.
Yep, we're going out.
Weapon away.
One last unleash.
Raise.
Eldragon dive, I'll reprise
Big
it.
things, big mitts. Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, it's a pretty hefty AoE. We have a white
Knight.
mage though, so that kind of helps. We have Summon Worm coming up. I'll
Watch
watch
the worm.
north. Yeah. Okay, go to the
This
left.
way.
Yeah, southwest corner.
Can't trick me. I did the EX, bitch. I'm ready for all your shit.
Now, who's
Flares.
got the flare? Unnamed hero has the flare. Have a TBN. Hey, it popped. How about that? Bitter end. Cole, I can't TBN this.
I'll live.
I know you will. I used it on unnamed hero.
Look at that position.
To the limit.
LB2?
He's
Nope,
got one
LB1.
buff. One buff. Stay away from me.
I'm just staying here.
Okay, we're okay. To the limit number 2.
LB2, this is going to be split stacks. You stay where you are, I'll move to the other side.
Okay.
With one tank in each one.
I was gonna say, you guys are kind of
Just rotate the second party.
warping that a little bit. Yeah, I just jumped on top of them.
Hey, that's my trick.
He took your guns! What an asshole.
I left the stack early.
To the limit 3. Don't leave the stack early, that's not a good idea.
LB3.
I don't have one.
Spread to corners.
Stay in the middle. I'm just gonna stay in the middle and eat this, it's fine. It wasn't fine for the white mage, though. I probably should have given them a little bit, but it's a white mage, so I'm not really worried about it. Okay, Sword of Light. Again, there's 2 of them this time, I think.
This is going to be a more convoluted pattern.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't summon Worm in the process. I think this corner is going to be safe. Yeah, corner's going to be safe. Pyretic's going out, though.
I'm just putting my weapon away. 2, 1.
Eldragon dive.
Big dragon.
Missionary.
Reprise.
Okay.
Good job. Easy.
You got this.
The Eldragon dive fucking wipes parties.
Okay, Blizzard, so it'll be moving when we have this happen again. Spectre of Light, that's a summon.
Ninja, I think?
Yeah, I think you're right. Edge, what did I do to deserve this? Sweet time
Watch
song.
for the tsunami.
Yeah.
Straight to the edge, it's a big knockback.
I have knockback prevention.
Stay together.
Yep. And in. And move.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle with it.
No, not yet.
Turn these Bahamutes out if you have one.
A couple of them are fucking frozen. Be careful.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stand behind this one. Yeah, southwest
Okay,
is
our
safe.
party members are fucking absolutely lunatics.
Okay, stop the end now.
He home ganged!
He did home gang. I don't think the Reaper got the message. Oh good,
Wait,
Absolute
wait.
Blizzard while dodging these. That's fine. Oh well, wasted LB3, but I mean, he's dying quick anyway. I'll reprise.
Big mitts. First try?
And that's it.
First try.
Elidibus, I'm still disappointed, man. Like, you tried. I could feel it, but that was...
I will not.
Well, it wasn't Tsukiyomi. We'll just say that. But if you were Tsukiyomi, I'd be even more angry, so, you know. Good job, team! Wait, mage, commend. Commend unnamed hero. You have to. You have no choice. Alright, off we go. How many commends did you get?
None.
You got none. I got 4. Why did I get 4?
You have achieved nothing.
On some tomfoolery.
All right,
it was your TBNs.
Because I'm the main
obviously.
character. Never mind.
Fucking main character.
I can keep doing this time, Elidibus. I'm not going to be sucked into the dream world.
Elidibus, so fixated were you on my memories of the future.
Oh, we get
you
the cool
failed
thing
to
now.
heed the lessons of the past. Your obsession blinded you to the true nature of this tower. This beacon of hope for man.
Is this Omega 7?
No, this is something else. This is the Zand protocol. Because this is the one thing Zand always wanted to do.
The heavens, to harness and bind the boundless.
And he never got to do it.
White Auracite.
So, Ascian or Primal, no matter which one you are fucked.
Power, obtained by exploiting that which is best in us. I shall have it.
Raha, you have no right to have that hard of a line. Yeah, you do. You've earned it.
I mean, it's his tower. I'd be pretty
Fuck
pissed
out
if
of
someone...
my house, gamer!
I'd be pretty pissed if someone invaded my house, too, so... Withstand this! Graha? Graha, he's withstanding. Okay, I've got an idea. Not yet, Graha. I came here for a satellite laser. And I'm gonna fucking fire one. You're finished, Elidibus! And end scene. Actors can exit stage left. Audience is clapping. Good work, troupe. We'll be here next Thursday for our practices, for our recitals. Finally, it's quiet again. Oh, Graha, you look like hell, man. That's funny, because I feel like shit.
Kid spawned.
Yeah, this is probably how old he was when they first turned him to the convocation. So he's remembering the one thing that he can still hold on to. Back before all this happened. How you feel, kid? Did you get all that off your shoulders? Because you were carrying a lot of anger into this fight. I think these belong to you, by the way.
This...
Or they belong to your friends, anyway.
Yes. I would become him. I would save everyone. This, I believed. Yet still they cried out in rage and despair.
That's because they sacrificed half their population for you to exist.
Divided over the fate of the star.
And then sacrificed 50% more.
Occurrence, always fleeting.
Because they couldn't do it the first
not this
time.
Not this time.
I mean, they were divided all the way up until you became Zodiark, and they were still divided after.
Reconciliation. Elidibus. I was needed. I withdrew myself from Zodiark. For them.
My people. My brothers. My friends.
See, the crying through the mask thing, it's like, is that actually an extension of your face? Or questions we'll never have an answer to.
And we will meet again. We will. We will.
Now you can all be xenophobic in the afterlife.
The rains have ceased, and we have been graced with another beautiful day. But you are not here to see it.
At least this time it wasn't destruction raining from the heavens. It's just your ethereal soul. As for who in the convocation decided to induct a fucking child, well, they were xenophobic, ethnocentric assholes that regularly interjected in the affairs of every country in the world to test their creation magic, so... Child labor doesn't seem too far from the truth. Oh good, he didn't take this with him.
I feel the need to say that the convocation inducted a child to become the heart of an eldritch abomination.
And they want us to feel bad about it. For them.
I feel bad about it.
I don't feel bad for the Asians. I never have.
I don't feel bad for the Asians. I feel bad for Elidibus.
Eh. He had eons to change. He didn't.
Steady now and listen.
I feel bad because he was a child indoctrinated by a greater force of people that he probably looked up to and respected to become an eldritch abomination.
And that's why we have to do better than their society. Sorry, Graha, I was talking about war politics.
We have averted the 8th umbral calamity.
Twice now.
Found a way for everyone to return to the source.
Yeah, in a little bit.
And last but not least, we have secured the future of all the people of Norvrand. We have won, my friend.
We'll see what Xenos has to say about that, but I'll take the W where I can.
So, I hope you'll forgive me this moment of selfishness, and while I wouldn't want you to feel obliged, promise me you'll take me on your next adventure. A journey. Together. That's all I ask.
You didn't even have to, buddy. I was going to take you anyway. If we're all going back to the source, then we're going to need some extra hands in the Scions, but yeah, I get the point. I'll see everybody back home safe. And you're going to be one of them. Let's just hope combining your soul with your younger soul doesn't cause some sort of dimensional collapse.
This isn't the end. That we will meet again. Would you believe me?
Just don't meet me at the end of 6.0 as the final boss, okay? I don't need that. That being said, if Graha was the boss of 6.0, the final boss, I'd probably keep playing. Because I would have caused it. And I'd have been like, ah, fuck. The consequences of my own actions.
Thank you.
Y'all gotta thank me, Graha. It's what we do. So, how do we get your soul in here exactly? I'm not well-versed in... I mean, I'm well-versed in ether physics, but only for one specific person at this point. You, getting cold there, buddy? I mean, your blood vessels are turning to crystals, so...
With you, my mind and memories shall travel to the ends of the world and beyond. But in this place shall my body stand immovable.
You should sit on the throne, so you can give one last fuck you to Xand.
May it serve as an undying promise, not only to those who look to me for leadership, but to any soul who has known despair, that hope is everlasting.
Just make sure you unlocked the door first, so everyone can come see it. Because it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to get the door open otherwise. excuse me. Sorry, that was Eros' light ether finally finishing coming back up. That's what I used to fire the satellite beam. I supercharged it with Eros' light ether. So now we're at 3 and 2. Huh. Can kind of see my reflection in there. That's neato. It's probably all the chrome. Alright, Graha. Rest for now. We'll bring you home. Finally put something out to thaw to make dinner with. That's a good idea, so that way you're not eating dinner at 11 o'clock like Cole will be tonight.
There, the exarch would remain, keeping his silent vigil.
That's what you think. We're taking him back to the source, Reen.
Not released from his summoning spell. We proceeded with the plan to return them to the source.
Yeah, so apparently even in death, his summoning spell wasn't released.
However,
I guess it's not a real death because he's like right here, 2/3 of the way, but you know.
And in time, the Crystal Tower became a symbol of his link to the First, and of hope.
Because he left the door unlocked. Like I told him. Damn, that was unnecessary, bro. Cole doesn't deserve that. Well, see, the reason why Cole will be eating later tonight is because he's slow cooking chuck roast. And he wants that to slow cook for like 9 hours. Right?
I put it in it too.
It'll be so good when it's done.
God damn it, it hurt more the second time!
How badly do you smell it right now?
My whole apartment smells like pepperoncinis. I'm suffering.
Don't have a slow cooker, you don't have room for it. I will always make room for a slow cooker. It is one of the best cooking utensils. So.
Weird.
Well, we did it, everybody. We defeated Elidibus. All the Unsundered are dead. I would imagine it's like, you know, killing the captain. The rest of the soldiers will scatter to wherever they go and not have any direction. I hope. Just about. We've got a few more things to do before that happens, but, you know.
I have an air fryer that takes up most of my open counter space. Then there's the rice cooker. I mean, both of those are valid fucking utensils you need in a kitchen.
That's true, too, yeah. Microwave, rice cooker, air fryer. Those are all good. I will tell you the whole tale and leave nothing unsaid, because that's the name of the quest.
And I'll let Jimmy describe, because I will embellish aggressively.
So Elidibus brought a bunch of heroes from a bunch of other shards and refused to elaborate, and they still followed him. So then we killed him, and then had to use a prank to kill him again. And then I seared him with a satellite laser. Oh yeah, I gave him back his gumdrops as well, so, you know.
You gave the kid back the candy that got stolen.
Honestly, it didn't change a whole lot. He was still talking like the xenophobic, ethnocentric asshole that his society turned him into when he died. I don't think I'll ever understand the Ascians, because they never take the opportunity to change. So, I can't, like, physically fathom that. To take eons of time and just do the same thing over and over again. I'd go fucking insane.
You know, in a way, there is one way I'm sympathetic to the Ascians.
Okay.
One specific, very specific, and I do mean excruciatingly specific thing.
Is it because you're Garlean?
No.
That's racist, never mind.
I was going to say that in Elidibus's case especially, he was simply just a victim of circumstance. The way that their society was constructed. The people he looked up to, he was drafted into the convocation and became the heart of something that he couldn't possibly fathom.
Right.
He was probably just in the beginning just a kid who wanted to help people.
So,
and considering Ascian society, he was probably few and far between. And
so,
frankly, that's depressing, but I'm not gonna use that as an excuse for him becoming a heartless sociopath that destroyed multiple planes of existence.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying, fuck, bro.
Yeah, you're just saying in the moment, it was Yotsuyu done right.
Yes.
There you go. It was Yotsuyu done without them having to contrive her existence like 4 times and have people act out of character to get them there. Well, the Exarch is up there, but he's also right here because he committed his soul and his memories to the crystal after we satellite beamed Elidibus to death. And he's the first of our trial to use the crystals. Now we just got to get everybody else in there. Except for Reen. She has a girlfriend, so she can't go anywhere now.
Oh yeah, did I tell you I killed another Ascian?
Oh really? Which one was this one?
That's a long story. I should probably tell you over drinks.
Probably. See, I was assuming that you were taking the time in between to just work on the queen, but apparently you've been very busy over the past few days.
Let me summarize. I killed the Cloud of Darkness again. I killed the original. I killed a manifestation of the original Shadow Seeker. Let's see, what other nightmare did I have to go through in there? I also killed a horrible abomination born from Reen's deepest fears that was a combination of Ranjit and Thancred in a horrible monster form. And also I fought God. Again.
Great. So that's
After the God fight, everything's hazy, but I remember getting into an intense battle in the Dimensional Rift and somebody shouting something about time compression.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Time compression. When she loses the accent, you know shit's getting real.
Oh boy, I can't wait to talk about Soken's music in this game. Y'all ready for the most divisive opinion change between the both of us? You better be.
Last Eden Tier is a very wild ride. When do you want to talk about it? After this cutscene's over?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming he said yes, considering... Oh. Okay, sure. I mean, I would have just said yes, but Graha is ever the dramatic one, so... Except they do disappear because Elidibus couldn't remember his hope. But he's an Ascian, so maybe he's a little bit different. Don't see anything in Ranjit, Graha. That's giving him too much credit.
He's literally a cinnamon bun.
Who, Graha?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like Graha, actually. Absolutely unspeakably sentimental. He is one of the... I could swear he could recite I want to be your canary word for word. As a matter of fact, when I get him to the source, I'm going to ask him if he can do that. I mean, really, he hasn't even lived as long as I have. Well, I'm not sure if White Orisite can blush, but I get the idea.
If it can blush, it's probably blushing as we speak.
Very shade of white rose. Yeah, anybody got anything left to do? I guess we should all go see to the people that we knew on this journey. And I knew a lot of people, so I guess we're going to be busy for a little while. So I guess you guys are off to Amarang. Yeah. The western side. Because Alice is going to be on the eastern side, Alphino is going to Yulmore, Urian J is going to Ilmeg, and Stola is going to Slitherbow. I should probably also go to Fanau to see those guys and finally tell them that we weren't the emissaries of Ronka. Just to get that off my conscience. They might chase me out of town, but it's too bad for them because I ain't coming back.
Your well-fed just fucking ended. The poetic timing.
It's funny because I don't feel like I need to burp any of the broad bean curry. My acid reflux must be getting better. Yeah, I was gonna say, Alice, I kind of figured. You think should I see Becklug back to the Grand Cosmos first, or should we just go straight there? I mean, Becklug might be coming with you anyway, so. I was gonna say I don't know if the Exarch. Well, I guess he doesn't know anybody in Amarang necessarily, like on a first-person sense, but he wants to say his goodbyes to the whole entire first. So. You gonna stay here, Becklug? Okay, fair enough. They did all drop on the floor when Elidibus was here, so. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to wash the inside of that armor. It's probably incredibly sweaty. But that's something for a different time. Let's go to Amarang.
To Amarang.
Yeah, that. I wonder if I should just teleport or if I should actually... No, Graha said he wanted to go on a journey, so we'll walk.
I, however, have no such policies.
That's because you're not carrying his soul vessel around. I keep giving them different names. Spirit vessel, blood vessel, soul vessel.
Yeah, when am I getting one of those? I assume that you made one. That Beck made one.
You don't need one, actually. We'll talk about
it.
We'll talk about it.
If you're fucking leaving me here, I'm gonna shoot you.
Nope! I could never leave you here.
Best buddy.
Best buddy.
Rory just looks at you and just...
When I get to the inn, she's going to flamethrower me.
Rory just looks at you and just says, "Your thoughts are an enigma, and I will never understand you, Jimmy Grayston."
That's what makes us best friends.
Just raises gunblade to be continued as she pulls the trigger.
Alicing. Oh, great.
Roundabout.
Halric wandered off again.
I would never leave you here, six the red cactus on Rory again.
I was looking to see if he was spawned, but he was not.
You have to kill the red cactus to get off this plane of existence.
Oh no.
Rory looks at Jimmy, looks at Cactus.
Loading.
I've lived a good life.
Okay, so they're visiting the graveyard. Ah, they're there. Well, it makes sense they're visiting the graveyard because, well, they have to say goodbye to Tesleen. We haven't talked about Tesleen since, like, episode 10. Actually, earlier than that. I think episode 9 was when she died and ended up at boss, so. Oh, good. You guys keep him safe from the Gilman, then, I would assume. Well, yeah, it's Tesleen's grave, so that's understandable. Or is this his parents' grave? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we gotta go. Becklug's gonna, do the treatments, but we all gotta go. We found a way home. I mean, if you didn't dare hope that, then what are we even doing here? Well, as long as people don't get in the habit of spawning the Sin Eaters that are like the super S-rank ones, I think you guys will be okay, because I don't really foresee any Sin Eaters coming back at this point. It's pretty dark around here. And the empty is back to its normal self, so. Well, at least I know you can teleport, so I don't have to pick you up. Oh, he remembered your phrase thing. Or was it Tesleen's phrase thing? I think it was Tesleen's. I'm glad they're giving them closure.
But do we have the Soken discussion now?
Yeah, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I'm not crying. I just cut a few onions before I came here. Alright, I'll leave you here for the sunrise. I'll go to Yulmore and see what Alphinaud's up to. Especially since Rory left me a teleport. Oh wow, it just sticks you right into the cutscene. Doesn't even let you stand up.
Yay!
Just teleport there and bam, you're in a cutscene immediately. Yeah, if anyone was gonna be crying, I knew it was gonna be Dulia Chai. That makes sense.
Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes.
What time is it? It's almost 20 to 7. Maybe we should save the discussion for Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to try to get through the rest of 5.3 today, but I don't know if we'll make it. There's a lot of cutscenes that are about to happen. While they all say goodbye.
Oh, it's you. As you can see, Alphino has broken the news.
And I can hear it. Fun.
I don't know how to console her. She thinks we'll be lost without him.
Yeah, but you guys can stand on your own 2 feet now. You're a, a wealthy nation. You could paint them a picture. That would tell them everything you feel at the moment.
You'll never let me forget it, will you?
Nope.
I'll have you know I completed the promised painting in the end. Be that as it may, there are times only words will suffice.
Well, you might as well say them now, then. Although we've still got like an hour left.
Lady
We
Chai,
started late today.
I have a confession to make.
So
Fair enough.
we'll be okay, I think. We might make it. Maybe. I forget how long each of these quests is, but this is the first of 4.
On the day we ousted Lord Vorthree, when I revealed the truth of his tyranny and your complicity in his crimes, I did so with great trepidation. Not out of fear that you wouldn't listen, but that you might never recover. There was a time when I too, in my hubris, believed myself worthy to lord it over others. And when the lie was laid bare, when I was forced to confront the cost, the lives lost, it all but destroyed me.
It would have if he didn't have Estinian there to help him.
To awaken from a naive dream to so harsh a reality, I would have understood had you all surrendered to despair.
But whenever you're ready, Alpha. No, I already said the butt part.
But you didn't surrender.
There you go.
Far from it. You picked yourselves up and rose to the challenge. You found a path forward and the strength to walk it, and to keep walking it, day after day.
Yeah, there were some times when Alphino was a cocky shilly with Crystal Braves. Yeah, and the game won't ever let him forget it because
is how much faster you found it than I did.
That was
fair,
where...
it was probably one of the most memorable oh shit moments in the game.
Yeah, and it was also where Alphino got most of his character development, so because he went from being a cocky little shit to, being the de facto leader of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Though Alice and Stola would never want to hear those words. So I will try to keep things in working order. If not me, then Rory. I feel like she'll be more active than I will.
all your responsibilities on me.
I just feel like you'll be more active than I will, because you know full well when this is all over, I'm fucking retiring.
I should be honored to provide it, Master Chai.
Imagine retiring. This post was brought to you by me.
I've tried imagining it twice before. It's never stuck. It'll stick this time.
Want to sit still, but do remember to take your ease.
I'm really tempted to stir this, even though it's got fucking 4.5 hours left to cook.
No matter where you are, remember that there are people
here just 4 hours
who are
left.
praying
for your health.
Because all the peppers are floating to the top. Let's crack it open and see if it fucking flashbangs me with how
stand back.
How
Because the steam will be coming out.
You have our
Especially
love.
since you have your headset on still. Definitely stand back.
Stand back, everyone!
Yeah, that.
I didn't die.
Okay, good.
And you mine. Please take care.
Good news, everyone. I didn't fucking die.
Well, that's good. Okay, so that's 2. 4 more to go. Because we'll probably have to say goodbye to Reen at the end of this as well.
Give it a little mix.
Okay, that's the end of the first quest. 3 more to go. Well, that's because you've lived here for so long at this point, Alphino. It's kind of hard to say, well, we'll move away and now we'll never see them again, but that happens sometimes. Again, if not mine, then Rory's tales of their endeavors. Oh, look, a farmer's breakfast.
A farmer's breakfast.
More food for you to not cook with. Well, I was checking in on everybody, seeing if they're all saying their last words. And yeah, also she said you'd be crying, so. Well, I'll go talk to Feo Ul if they're not willing to relinquish him that easily, because I'm sure I can figure that whole mess out. Off to Ilmeg we go.
One last time.
One last chance for them to turn us into leaf men.
Feo Ul's not going to take you leaving very well, are they?
Feo Ul can visit me, though. Feo Ul can go across the dimensions in my
yeah,
dreams.
that's right. Dimensional tomfoolery.
In my dreams, specifically.
Can I have give me an option in-game where I can just recruit Feo Ul as a retainer? Do it.
Just like glamour over my normal retainers.
Yes.
As Feo Ul in the source.
Yes.
Feo Ul can just do whatever she wants. She sure can. She's not held down by the fetters of plot armor like some other people. Yes, Feo Ul as a retainer. There you go. Alright, Urian J. I don't think this place is ever going to come clean, so maybe it's a good idea to just take whatever books you want and... Well, you can't take them with you, can you? Because you're going to be going into a shard, so... Checking in on everybody, making sure you're all not crying, and also helping Graha to cry in his soul vessel. Oh, okay, well, that's a good thing. They're being surprisingly civil, probably because Feo Ul threatened them. Oh, okay, and what did you find? Oh, well, I can ask Ardbird. I mean, his ether's glowing inside my body right now, so I assume it was his. He would know. Yeah, I don't think he was too happy about the whole, you know, flesh bagging thing. You know, that's a great idea. I feel like Seto would definitely appreciate that gift. He's also very sentimental, so... I mean, he's an Amaro that's lived for hundreds of years. Who wouldn't be? Alright, Parvati. Let's head this way. Actually, Parvati, why don't you go for a quick fly? Mizuko needs a chance to take one last swim, and here's a giant lake, so what better time than right now? Let's go for a dive, Mizuko. Get your skin nice and shimmering with the water of the first one last time. And if you thought Cole was getting close to crying before, wait for this next cutscene.
All aboard the pain.
Because I actually think if I'm remembering,
Bob Ross, and welcome to my world of pain.
And welcome to the joy of pain. I think if I'm remembering this next cutscene correctly, this one actually is done well, if I recall correctly. Like, I have mixed feelings about a lot of patch 5.3, but if I remember right, this one was done pretty well. Only one way to find out.
I want to take a nap.
No naps, not yet. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't destroy Vologdorf while we were gone. Well, I have a gift for you, actually. You might recognize it almost right away. Here you go. If you want, I can get the pixies to make some sort of a necklace to put it on for you.
Is that Ardbert's crystal?
Sure is. We found it not too long ago. I figured you'd be the best person to keep it safe.
So it is. It has changed, but I would know it anywhere. However, did you come by it?
You can thank our mutual friend, Urian J. He was doing a little search recently. Maybe I'm going to tell him the whole story. I feel like talking to Seto about how an Asian flesh-bagged his old retainer would be a bad idea, but maybe I'll tell him the whole story.
Deserves to know the whole tale.
I guess.
Then, even in death, his enemies found a way to profit from his sacrifice.
They sure did.
Oh, it grieves me to think of his body being used for evil ends.
Well, it won't happen anymore, because his body is kind of destroyed, seared with light, more radioactive than anything left on this planet.
And he may finally find peace.
I hope so.
No words can express my gratitude. I will keep this crystal safe to the end of my days.
I knew you were the right person to give this to.
Rest easy, my friend. You have earned it.
I feel like he'd be happy to hear you say that. Matter of fact, I could let you know in just a moment, because you might have noticed I'm, well, maybe not more radiant than I was, but...
Your soul?
You are able to read into that, aren't you? You might want to read it a little bit. Because he has one last surprise for you.
How can this be?
It's a long story. Just let it happen, Seto. Just let it happen.
Seto, my old friend. You've grown.
I'm going to need to find a new saddle for you.
Oh, Ardbert, how I've missed you.
Baby.
Oh, my fucking heart.
They still won't let me do it, but at least Ardbert gets to do it.
I'm sorry I couldn't keep you safe, or even console you. Had I only learned to speak sooner, I would have told you how much you meant to me. How much I cared.
Well, he can hear you now, so, I mean... I think he knew, anyway.
I knew. I always knew.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear it nonetheless. Thank you, Seto. My partner in crime.
So did you enjoy the surprise, Seto? It was his idea.
His journey continues.
He has one last thing to do before he can finally rest. So do I, technically. Well, I have a few things left to do.
Then I will not yet bid him rest. With you, he may look forward to many more adventures.
Actually, well, maybe it's best if I leave that as a surprise for you, but keep him in mind, Seto. He might be coming home sooner than you think.
Last I flew. Perhaps I too will go on a little adventure. Ride the winds, seek the horizon. Yes. I think perhaps I will.
You do that, you silly old bear. I don't know why. For some reason, Seto's voice actor reminds me of Winnie the Pooh. I'm pretty sure it's not the same voice actor, but it does. Okay, well, that takes care of that. One piece of the puzzle for how to get you home is complete. Let's keep going, and eventually we'll have everything we need. Where are we going? Oh, we gotta go all the way back to Ryanje. Okay. One more swim then, Mizuko.
Swim.
I get the feeling getting Rory home is also going to be a Thursday thing.
Understandable.
It's okay, though, because now that you've finished all the role quests, she can participate in the after party.
The after party?
You did shadow walk with me, right?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. You need to do
I'll
it.
do it.
You need to do it before
At some
Thursday.
point. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Just once this stream's over, I'm about to be gone, bro. I'm about to be fucking in dreamland talking with Kirby.
Until your food is done.
Yeah, probably before then. I'm gonna set myself an alarm so I wake up at like 9.
Yeah, because you still got to put the onions in, right?
Yeah.
So, Cole is making slow roasted chuck roast that he's going to slather on bread with a bunch of
provolone
other stuff.
cheese.
Yes. Excuse me.
I went too far.
You dissociated for a little too long while you were auto driving?
Fucking just chaos dissociation.
Well, Seto received it about as well as you can expect, Urion J. He was just about bawling like a baby, so.
He is still a baby.
That's true. If Skip is anything to go by, Amaro never stopped being babies. They're like dogs.
Dog.
They're like Interceptor.
The Amaro mount, I am floored you didn't go out of your way to get like you got the Chocobo mask, given how much you've connected with them here.
Yeah, but they need to be here, and also it wouldn't have been Skip, so it wouldn't have been right.
True. You have just had another one.
Yeah. Oh, good. I get to
the
see
collection with Cleo.
I get to see if Runar is actually use some of the salt that I used there. See if Stola can actually finally enjoy his cooking. We're gonna find out, because off we go.
I think this is the last one.
This is the 3rd out of 4. Once we're done with this one, we're going to be getting everybody home and we can watch the ending scenes of patch 5.3, which will probably still take half an hour in and of themselves.
They are fairly long.
Spy on you? Never. Actually, Graha wanted
You need to make sure you
so.
don't accidentally throw yourself back into the live stream again.
Yeah, well, that's true, too. Surprised they never played that card in Endwalker.
They didn't, surprisingly.
Probably because they realized that it was just them rehashing. So I guess at the very least they realized that. Because the Final Fantasy XIV community sure didn't tell them it. Oh, Y'shtola, you have a visitor.
Master Matoya.
Y'shtola, please don't call this one...
Your little son.
Please do not call this man a little son. He doesn't deserve it.
I cannot bear it if you were to leave.
Y'shtola really out here like,
stay.
why the hell does everyone always hit on me?
Because she's the one that has all the merchandise that people buy by the truckloads.
Boatloads.
Runar, please.
Train loads.
Bruna, you're gonna make this harder. Just make her some soup to see her off.
I jest. At least in part.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Keep
What
telling
I came
yourself
to
that,
say
big guy.
is this.
Man, everybody falling for Y'shtola. And she has spurned all of them.
Without your wisdom, your strength, and your kindness to guide us, our people would still be lost.
Probably a part of the Children of the Everlasting Dark, so just this entire area with people who can't think for themselves and are outright evil.
We will never forget you, Master Matoya. Wherever your journeys may take you, you will always be in our hearts.
Well, there you go.
And you in mine. Remember that your people's journey, that our people's journey is yet ongoing. Your lives will change, and so too will your dreams. Yet come what may, you need not forsake your time-honored traditions, nor less your beliefs.
Hell, you can even adapt them now because you can actually bury people at night. What a concept.
But neither should you be beholden to them. For it was with curiosity and courage that the Knights Blessed first triumphed over adversity. New knowledge and new wisdom are ever worthy of pursuit.
If she didn't tell you that, her master would probably be, rolling at her right now.
Indeed they are. And so, until we return to the Sunless Sea, we shall endeavor to live our lives to the fullest.
Remember when they said Slitherbow was the biggest settlement? You've been all over Raktika and there were no other places they could be. Was that another throwaway line? I don't.
Cannot be surmounted alone.
I don't even know at this point.
On such a day.
I assume it's because they can't make the area as large as the concept art wants them to. What's with the scraping background music? Oh, because she was remembering what she did to Magni.
You may call on me. Since a means to travel between worlds exists, you can be sure I will find a way to employ it.
I mean, you can ask Omega if you can find him. He's kind of busy with Alpha right now.
And there remain so many mysteries here that want for solving.
She's teasing this man, by the way, because Endwalker came and gone, and there is no side quest to take Y'shtola back to the First to see Runar again.
Runar, really?
I guess that's his way of showing his affection for you, is to toss you up and down like a baby. Again, Runar, all you had to do was cook one of your soups with some of the salt in it. She would have been a lot happier, but...
I love how Y'shtola had like a flashback. She was like, oh god, I'm in the Magni situation this time, but I need to turn the sass off.
Yep, for once. Alright, you go back to the Crystarium. I'm gonna go see about, Thancred and Reen, so...
See, what amuses me the most about that specific scene, it was really funny, because a lot of people were really mad.
About which one?
Just that scene that just happened. And it's not for the reason you might think, but then again, I know what reasons usually come to your mind first, so it's probably the one you're thinking.
Well, when it comes to Y'shtola and the fandom, it's always porn-related, so...
It is literally that people were mad that they were implying a relationship between an NPC character and one of the Scions, especially Y'shtola, who a lot of people ship with their warriors.
But you've never shown any affection towards her, and she's never shown any towards you. Like, the closest you ever got was you having a heartfelt moment with her after she got back from the live stream in Heavensward. And nothing has happened between the two of you since. Like, blame her for moving on? I wouldn't. I mean, she came out of the live stream with her tits out, and you still did nothing, Warrior of Light? Like, holy goddamn, man, take a hint.
Headcanons, Jimmy, headcanons. Fuck.
Look, you looked very closely at the writing, and shit, Shadowbringers hurts you to read through. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't go back anymore. I'm thinking only of moving forward out of this game.
My thoughts only peek towards the future, and they are now at this game.
You know what the funniest part's gonna be, though? Is we're probably gonna finish this game right before April Fools, and people are gonna look at me when I play the game I'm playing for April Fools and be like, really? You traded that for this?
Listen, with Y'shtola, like, okay, I get it. Thirsty internet people, but, like, listen. Why would you ship your Warrior of Light with Y'shtola?
I have a question.
Grahatia is right there.
Oh my god. I have a question for all of the people on the internet who are shipping with the character in this game. If you want to ship your character with characters in the game, why are you not playing Star Wars The Old Republic? That is a game...
Muffix be thirsty as fuck, Cole, please.
That is a game that is made by BioWare, and you know BioWare, like, appreciates people when they're thirsty as fuck. There's like one person per planet in Star Wars The Old Republic that you can just have sex with by the end of the quest line. And it's a part of the main quest line. So if you're thirsty, go play that one.
Please.
Don't think Stola would be a good match for most people thanks to the writing of the game. Honestly, if it really were you in the 14 universe, you'd look up to Stola, but you wouldn't fall for her. Yeah, well.
Like, Muffs be thirsty as fuck.
They do be thirsty AF, and she is an internet cat girl, so, like, yeah.
Hopeless.
Anyway, Jarek still wants to build a fucking Tengen Toppa Gurren trolley. So
as God intended.
Good on him, I guess. He'll never change, and he shouldn't. Oh, okay, fair enough. Actually, I didn't crash this one. That was Thancred. Speaking of Thancred and Reen, they should be here anytime now, so. Ah, there they are. Speak of the devils, and they shall come.
Speaking of cats, Euphrosyne is a fucking win for the Moon Cat community. Yes.
I don't know what that means.
New Alliance raid.
I don't think I should. Oh, New Alliance
New
raid.
Alliance raid.
Okay. Yeah, they finally... Well, Reen's not going anywhere. She's got her girlfriend now, but Thancred's going home, because we finally found a way to get back.
Also, completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Fucking... Completely unrelated, the New Alliance raid I have been seeing denoted as the Trial of Thirst.
Hmm.
Because there is... Because of three very specific reasons.
Are we going to elaborate on what they are?
I don't need to, because you know what two of them are, and the third one is Halone.
Oh, okay. Are all of the main bosses in the New Alliance raid just the female goddesses that everybody is really thirsty over?
Mostly.
Okay. It'd be kind of funny if they just stuck some random dude in the middle.
They did.
Oh. Well.
Granted, he's with his twin sister, but that fight's fucking ridiculous. First-rate tomfoolery.
Fun.
Look. 25
Well, if she needs to take a trip out to the empty using a trolley somehow, she knows who to call now. I guess that would give these guys some work, though. They'd have to mine through all that light crystal ether stuff, but they'd eventually create a trolley out to the other side. Maybe Jarek will find his life's purpose in finding a way out to the empty besides, you know, flying. I think that's the last place on my trip, unless I'm going to the Tempest, but I don't think Graha wants to go there, so...
Oh, you didn't hear I popped the bubble in the Tempest.
Oh, did you? How did you manage that one?
Do not question my magic.
This magic reeks of bullshit, though.
And?
Although I suppose if you restored life to, well, you know, natural life to the empty, you'd probably be able to pop a bubble. I'm not going to go back to the Tempest to find out. I'll take your word for it. Mostly Cole, literally half of the fights are guys or girls, minus that fight in Euphrosyne. I don't know what that fight is, but...
Literally half the girls, minus that fight.
Reen, you can do this. I'll be here with you. Gaia will be waiting for you when it's done. And then all of our friends will remember you for the rest of time. So, you got this. Yeah, deep breaths. Deep breaths, young lady. You'll get it. Just make sure you don't forget anything.
That's everyone then. We've all said what we needed to.
Even as we speak, Backlog undertaketh their final inspection of our spirit vessels.
Okay, so that means it's almost time.
When thine own preparations for the journey are complete, thou art to present thyself in the ocular.
Alright, well, that's easy. Then I just gotta make some room in my pockets. I have plenty of it. And then we'll be good to go.
Everyone?
Be honest, she has a pretty good life now. All it took was Thancred showing up in her life, and now it's so much brighter since she's, you know, not locked in a cell and Yolmor being detained by a megalomaniacal dictator.
To thank you all.
Yeah, and she has a goth girlfriend,
the
so,
first.
you know, that helps out as well.
Anyone who tells you any different is
Minfilia,
wrong. A crystal
Exarch.
literally turns into a rainbow
Without
when you
each and
finish,
every one of you
when you finish
guiding
one
us,
part of the quest.
fighting for us, we
Literally.
wouldn't be standing here now. There wouldn't even be a here. And no words can express our gratitude.
I don't want to interrupt Reen's rousing speech, but I kind of want to let the camera keep panning around to see what the exact draw distance is to where my necklace disappears in cutscenes. Because obviously this far away it disappears, but I kind of want to see how much closer it'll get before it just pops into existence again. I hate that shit. You have your Plague Doctor Glam. It has a bag for storing things. You have
Still
vials
have a
hanging
lot
off
to
of a
do.
belt. You had numerous ways. Yeah,
Countless
there you go.
trials to overcome.
I mean, worst comes to worst,
But
I'll
if
just
it
give them to
ever seems too
Confucius.
much,
He has a way to get across the
Think
rift.
of our time together.
So,
Confucius is the most powerful being in all
The
of
happy
creation.
moments and the sad. I will remember it all. And it will give me the strength to carry on without you.
well, we took care of the whole way to the world thing for you, Reen, so now all you gotta focus on
Because
is
you made me who I am.
showing people the empty
Minfilia,
and taking care of your girlfriend.
Reen.
So that should be pretty easy compared to what you've been through.
To honor these names and these memories, I will stand with all the people of this land and strive for a better tomorrow.
Well, gang, she's got the spirit. I think she'll be okay. I think Reen will be fine even with everyone leaving. She's a good girl and a strong soul. She would make a good scion if she was in the source, yes. But I suppose that goes without saying, considering whose soul she's inherited. Even if it doesn't make sense because she's been dead since Heaven's Ward.
I know better than most how much you've grown, and I have every confidence you'll make your people proud.
Every time I pat your head, I can see how much you've grown, and now you are this big. Gotta be honest, I never really got the whole head patting thing. It's just not something I'd ever do to a human being.
Gods know I'm proud of you. I always will be. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and more.
Like, a hug just feels so much more personal, you know? When I pat someone on the head, I feel like I'm, you know, petting a dog. I don't want to demean people like that. That's just me, though.
Might we also say a few words?
Do I hear character development for Lena coming? You should say a few words, though, because your dad's kind of here with us at the moment, so just in spirit.
Why, this is just about all of you.
Even the NPCs that have no
To see
name.
you off seemed the least we could do.
Well, that's good. Scion, bro, why do we need to keep recruiting teenagers? This ain't Fire Emblem. Yeah, but it's a JRPG, so that means teenagers are going to be the ones that save the world one day.
Fought for a realm not your own.
Like, most of the Scions are
Before
old
you
for the
came,
JRPG
We
scene.
had never known the beauty of the night sky.
Wouldn't understand, it makes people feel good, that's literally it. And some people do not like hugs, you knew a few growing up. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, if you don't like a hug, that's fair. I guess I'm just a hugger.
Or the joy of your company. Though it saddens us deeply to bid you farewell, it has ever been our way to send off friends with a smile.
Why can't we just recruit people like the Company of Heroes? They aren't teenagers and are very capable. Listen, if I want to retire at age 31 in character, then I'm pretty sure the Company of Heroes wouldn't want to do our dirty work.
Wherever your road should lead, we shall pray for your safety. And following your brave example, we shall continue to fight for the Crystarium.
You do that, just don't spawn any Sin Eaters while you're at it. Don't go
With or
killing too many
without
S
us,
ranks.
You've always taken good care of this city. I don't doubt for a moment you'll continue to do so.
Because Graha left the door unlocked to the Crystal Tower, and I'm pretty sure you can't put the shield up without him being here. So, yeah, good luck with that.
A more resilient people we have never known.
You hear that, Hunt Trains? Don't go spawning no Sin Eaters. It's fine. Nobody does hunts in Shadowbringers anymore.
None of that. Shame on you.
As resilient and enduring as the tower that watches over you.
To the last, we did not question the Exarch about his past. It is only now, when he can no longer tell us, that we believe we know the answer.
I could tell you the whole story if you want, Lena.
We have heard what became of him, and what is about to be attempted.
To be fair, he's done it before. So this will be like old hat for him.
All will be well. Of this we are certain. How could it be otherwise, when every soul in the Crystarium is praying for it with all their heart?
Well, maybe tone that back a bit, because the Crystal Tower is a giant crystal, and if you pray for it with all your heart, Graha will end up being the final boss of Endwalker. You'll just summon him into the sources of Primal.
And so, when our Lord awakens, I bid you give him a message.
Can do, young lady. What's the message?
Tell him he needn't worry about us.
Okay, that's easy.
That he need no longer hide who he truly is. That he should live his own life to the fullest.
Well, he'll be able to, because if he fuses successfully with his younger self, he'll have at least 100 more years to live.
Reminiscing on the past with a smile. We shall be smiling with him.
I'm sure you will.
Will you tell him this?
Absolutely. He's your dad, after all. He deserves to hear it. Word for word. Don't you worry, Lena. I've got a photographic memory.
It's a really unfortunate feature of him.
Thank you. Please look after him for us.
Your character retired at the ripe old age of 28. Ripe old age is right for a JRPG character, though. Post-Endwalker is a treat for people like you. You get to just be a person again. Now, there you go. No more one-upping themselves. They can focus on smaller adventures again.
Let us be on our way.
You know, now that we've attacked and dethroned God so many times, they had to throw a bigger God at us. God 2.
I mean, that's just Japanese media in a nutshell. So, you know. Nobody's redeemed a stretch break today, so I'm designating this as a stretch break. Well, there you go. Stretch break. Oh look, we get a gift, a wind-up Mistel. I guess the Crystalline Mean redeemed all that money I made them and turned into a wind-up Grahatia. Fun. Think you get some dialogue from him if you show him that as well. Well, maybe we'll do it after we're done with this quest. But here it is, the last quest in 5.3, Reflections in Crystal.
15 minutes.
Well, 25, because I started at about 20 to 5, so.
True enough.
Alright, Reen. As the Crystal Bearer, I have an important job to do, so that means I gotta not keep them waiting. So let's get moving. You, however, you can see us off if you want to, but you might want to go to the Bois, because how could you leave without saying goodbye to Giat?
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
As for actually leaving, don't worry about it. I have a plan.
You better. You abandon me here. I'll crawl my way through the void and shoot you.
I know you will. You haven't flamethrowered me in a while. Okay. We'll be back for Rory on the next episode. For now, let's get the actual Scions out of here. Because Rory is a special case. And also, how could I, you know, not have Rory be here for the after party? Which you can't access until you've done, I think, patch 5.3 all the way to completion and Shadow Walk with me, if I recall. So
the after party.
The after party. Well, we're all here. See what everybody has to say, and then we'll talk to backlog. So I need to carry Angelo across the void too? I mean, I guess you can probably just summon him. He's basically a fae, so... Yeah, I'm sure they'll be very happy to see all of you if they don't bonk you on the head for keeping them for so long.
Boom, boom, boom,
I will
boom.
do just that, Y'shtola. I have very deep pockets. I mean, yeah, but technically the Exarch is here, and, well, Hithlodius' spirit can probably pose as Emmet. In canon, by the way, in the canon of this stream, when we did the Seed of Sacrifice, normally people would have headcanons that say, oh, Emmet showed up because you wished on the Azim crystal and summoned him back temporarily to let him take you out of the void. In our canon, that was Hithlodius playing a gigantic prank on Elidibus, posing
Prank,
as
bro.
Emmet. So, there you go. Oh, Thancred's giving up his gunblade. It's fair, he'll unequip it automatically when he goes into the crystal, so. Alright, backlog, I think everybody said what they need to say. Upon and beginning the soul imbuing ritual, several cutscenes will play in sequence, so you know what time it is.
You already know.
Time for half an hour's worth of cutscenes.
Oh, hell yeah, gamer. Oh, I sent you a fun DM. Oh, I will read them, don't you worry.
That's like, what, 5 now?
Beginning with your memory.
Oh yeah, I will be reading all of them.
Well, that looks like what it's supposed to look like, so that should be a good sign. Excuse me. Was that a Graha flourish? Did he create them to do a little jump before they finish the memory transference procedure? Yeah, good luck with that one. Although, to be fair, that's just the rest of you at the moment, so, like, your body is not here.
We're in your hands, Angelo.
You can do it, buddy. You're a flying pig. You can do anything.
What the pig doing?
Committing our friends to White Orosite so we can take them home. Oh, looks like it worked. Because they're inside those vessels. What do you see, Backlog? How's it looking?
It is done! The vessels have received of both their memories and their souls.
Well, that's good, because I didn't want to have to, you know, kill them if they turned into real ridiculous soul abominations because it didn't work.
They belong to you now. Just be sure to guard them well, yes?
Can do. Like I said, I have deep pockets. I wouldn't be able to mug that well if I didn't have deep pockets. Hydration.
Aggressively deep pockets.
Will work, won't it?
Reen, trust me. I've already done this before, technically speaking, multiple times. Just without all the soul memory transference stuff, I had to commit myself and all of my pets across and mounts across the rift multiple times. If it's anything like that, this will be
But I
fine.
make no promises about what's to come. Even the greatest mages in history knew better than to transport a soul across the rift.
What about the
We, my
Ascians,
dear,
though?
are in unknown territory.
Damn,
They don't count.
Backlug throwing shade at the Ascians right at the end. As if Elidibus didn't already get seared by a satellite laser today.
Cannot account for all possibilities, and it is in such circumstances that accidents are wont to occur.
It's a good thing I don't make
Miracles
accidents
do
unless they're
happen.
happy ones.
So let us pray and will our friends home.
I really wish you guys would stop playing the prey angle. This is how we summon
I won't
primals.
stop praying until I know they're safe.
These are literally crystal-based vessels. Please stop.
All safely
beg of
stowed
you.
away? I do hope so.
I stuck all 5 of the white ore sites in my absolute
All
storage
that remains,
space.
then, is to step
Oh
into
no!
the mirror. Go now, and safe travels.
It's okay, I can take them out of it. Alright. Time to do what I've done 60,000 times before this. Okay, maybe not that many times, but...
Walk forward.
Alright, you two. I won't be but a moment, because I gotta be back for Rory and the after party.
The after party.
So see you soon. So the old saying goes, let the bodies hit the floor. I disagree. Let the souls hit the bodies. Because I have the souls and the memories, and you have the bodies. So let's do this, shall we? You know, it probably would have been a little easier if I labeled these before we set them down, but I guess I can sense etheric energy, so I know which one's which. It's a good thing I learned how to do that in between Stormblood and Shadowbringers, or Thancred might have ended up in Alisae's body.
Would have been very awkward.
Yeah, definitely would have been a little bit of a buzzkill for the moments of this patch. They want this to be finality. This is not a Hildebrand quest. Incidentally, though, that sounds like a Hildebrand joke, where Hildebrand ends up in the first, and then you bring him home, except he's in Nashu's body, and Nashu is in his. I don't know if they bothered with that, though.
I can't remember.
I don't even know what the Hildebrand quests entail of now, other than the fact that they threw him under the bus and made him into the relic weapons guy now, which is kind of a little bit disappointing to me, but...
The quest that comes with it is hilarious, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Sure, because they designed that in and of itself to be Hildebrand quests. It's just that they're invariably tied to how you get your relic weapons, and it's like, you guys didn't want to bring Hildebrand back just for him? Good morning, Alisaie. Sleep well, everybody? Well, motor skills are good. They're lucid. Those are all good signs.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're all back.
All right, Tataru, you can start the waterworks now. Well, once they all wake up, that is.
Thank you. My body feels like a sack of potatoes, but otherwise, I have never felt better.
Just wait till you get out of the bed, you'll feel even worse. It's like getting your sea legs back.
I doubt any of us will be fit to travel for some while. Maybe leave the rest to you.
I've got plenty left to do, Stola, but I knew that already, so sure, why not?
The vessel beareth our comrade's blood. With it in thy possession, the way will surely open before thee.
Sounds like I've got one more person's spirit vessel to take care of, then. Alright, Graha. Everybody else is safe, so now it's your turn. Let's get you home.
What? But you've only just got here.
I'll be back. Enjoy the company of the others while I'm gone.
Tataru, might I trouble you to brew us all a pot of your special tea?
And some more Archon loaf, please.
Ah, and we may require an extra cup.
You're gonna need more than an extra cup. Who knows how malnourished your bodies have been since you all ended up taking the big sleep. That's not what he meant by an extra cup, though. He means 1 extra cup. Because as long as Graha doesn't turn into some crazy abomination final boss because he becomes 15/14ths of a person in a second, he's gonna want tea too. Well, hang on.
Forever.
With your every step, these grand adventures shall grow more distant and faint.
Well, maybe my pockets aren't as deep as I thought. I dropped the Asm crystal.
And there may come a day when you forget the faces and voices of those you have met along the way. On that day, I bid you remember this. That no matter how far your journey may take you, you stand where you stand by virtue of the road you walked to get there.
You have no idea. But I can't drop the Asm crystal in here. It's a very important part of my plan.
In times of hardship, when you fear you cannot go on.
And also a MacGuffin, so.
The joy you have known.
A MacGuffin that's used most of its power by now.
You have felt.
You know.
The prayers you have whispered and answered.
It's got just enough left in it for one more wish.
And your comfort.
Thankfully, I don't have to use that wish today. Because Graha can open the way using his soul! Well, I've fused with the person before, so this might be old hat for you, Graha, but again, I only fuse with 1/14 of a person, and then all that light ether, so I don't know how this is going to work for you.
I believe. Here at memory's end.
Love how neither of us had visible eyes here. Yeah, all of my outfits have me covering my eyes somehow, except for my crafting ones, so. You will finally see me with my eyes wide open in one of the Allied Beast Tribe quest chains, because I'm going to play a crafter for one of them and a gatherer for the other. Some days later. And obviously I'm going to get a thumbnail from them with me in the crafter and gatherer outfits if possible. Because it depends on how developed it is with the weapon quests, which Rory's going to have a field day about those.
Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Meanwhile, elsewhere. Why are my ears ringing?
What is it, Alize?
Alize.
Are you all right? Do you still feel under the weather?
I mean, she just head desked, so what do you think?
I couldn't be better. Thanks to Kryle's ministrations, I'm already looking forward to our next fight.
You don't seem to be showing much enthusiasm about it, though.
But seriously, don't you have anything to say about that?
About what? Oh, the fact that Tataru weaved their outfits based on their memories alone? I mean, Tataru's a pretty good crafter, Alice. Give her a little credit. She's better at that shit than I am. And the Scions are better at JoJo posing than I am.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the Japanese voice actor for Urianger played some major role in one of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures animes.
You've outdone yourself, Tataru.
So I'm pretty sure they did that specifically because of who he is.
To give credit where it's due, I had help from a certain fiery pixie who visited
God
me
damn
in
it,
my
Fable.
dreams.
I told you, she can just go anywhere.
I needed to get the details just right.
Absolutely based.
And that's good for us because it's also a key part of how we're getting Rory home.
Thankfully, our favorite heads of state were happy to place their finest craftsmen at my exclusive disposal.
Well, that's good.
Oh, and
because I don't know if she's been a blacksmith yet.
They all expressed their unreserved elation at your safe return and promise to come and see you in person as soon as they can.
That sounds like corporate speak.
They really needn't have gone to such trouble. But we'll be keeping these gifts all the same.
It makes us recognizable in the marketing, and then they don't have to make new outfits for us next X-Pack.
Except for 2 of us.
I also love how she's still got the thermocoil boil buster over there. The Mark 12, as it should be. Thanks, Omega.
I realize we haven't taken up new martial arts, nor have I ever been one to set much store by appearances.
You're just unhappy because you
Can't
didn't
help
get your
feeling a
first
certain
outfit.
Lack of, I don't know, personal development.
And all your personal development was in Stormblood, so, like... I don't know why you're pouting about
quite
it.
understand. But as you
Alphinaud's like, I quite
others
understand.
have
I
been
haven't had real
pressing
character development that wasn't rehashed since
assured,
Heaven's Ward.
our turn will come.
Wah, wah, wah. You can almost hear...
Fucking sinks in her chair.
You can almost hear the Saturday morning cartoon sound effects playing while they do this scene.
If I expend any more ether, I swear I will blink out of existence.
I'll blink out of existence.
I hope you don't do that. Rory would be kind of upset if she didn't get to see her second favorite student of Baldessian when she got home.
Loaf.
That is the loaf, yes. She made the loaf. PS3 support died for that loaf.
A cup of tea, if you would be so kind. And something sweet.
She always asks Tadaru to do this. She never asks me to do it.
You did just save an entire dimension.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm ready to...
You're the one who's always whining that you want to retire, and she's giving you a vacation.
But I have too much to do still. I still have to get Rory home.
Indeed.
I still have to
We succeeded.
break
There's,
this
however,
guy
one
in.
person
here.
That's right, I have to give him some hazing to break him into being a scion now.
It is no cause for concern, though. The
Joe, you
tower
had your
is not
character
easily
development back in
reached,
Realm Reborn and
mine
Heaven's
breached.
Ward, yeah, and in
And
the
even should
Bahamut
some few
quest too,
succeed,
so...
their presence won't escape my notice.
I fucking love his new outfit.
Excellent. Said duty thus discharged, thou art free to go wheresoever thy fancy taketh thee.
As you wanted.
Upon which note, hast thou perchance come to a decision? The offer remaineth open.
We offered? I thought we were forcing it on him. What memo did I read?
If you're certain that's what you... I mean, if you think
Graha, really?
Just take the win, Graha, please.
Right.
And thus his status as every Catboy's husbando was
I accept.
cemented without
Henceforth,
question.
I shall count myself a scion of the seventh dawn.
Good, now we can begin the hazing
Grahatia,
process.
At your service.
Graha's a scion now. Yay! Also, the fusion apparently
When I
went
was a
pretty
boy,
well. He's still got 1/14 more
years
to him
ago,
than anyone else on the
I
planet,
yearned
but
to
yeah.
stand
Except for
tall
you.
as the heroes of Eld.
Yeah, that's true. I still have a bunch of Lady Ether to get rid of. It's okay. We'll take care of the rest of it next
You're
time.
certainly more than 1/14th now that
Like a
you've
fool,
drank Ardbert.
Seeking to pluck the stars
Yeah,
from
but
the
we'll fix
heavens.
that next time.
My every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short.
Well, you shouldn't try to do what I did. No one should try to do what I did. I've had to do terrible things to get to where I am. Save this for later. I have my red mage weapon.
Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs on the rampage! A giant flock of them!
God damn it. I thought that fate only spawned once an hour.
I could do with a little rampage myself.
Her face!
Oh no.
What? Now wait, just a...
Alphino, you know you can't stop her. Don't even try. She is so ready to get back into the swing of things.
She's so happy.
Here we
This
go
cutscene
again.
Had
is
me
right.
literally gasping for air at certain points.
Yeah, you might want those, Thancred. Can't fire your magic bullets and not use Heart of Stone without them. Might be forced to use the rest of his kit without those. You sure you want to give them to him,
I will join the
Y'shtola?
fray when I finished my tea.
They'll be dead by then. They're level
Did the
46.
Avatar of destruction descend, and in her wake leave naught but tears and ash.
And
Because she never showed up. You're lucky she isn't going to flare the 7th dawn you.
And then, one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me. In the flesh.
Tadaru will be back. Hippogriffs don't kill themselves, apparently. I wonder if that big one's gonna spawn too. Never quite killed that guy. To be fair, I have more than a light party now, so I think we'll be able to kill him.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away...
So it was that a new adventure began.
I kind of hate that he's using Noctis's pose from Final Fantasy 15 here. But I guess if you're going to copy off of anybody being a little snot, you should copy off of the best.
The memory of a dying world's end. Night after night. And I thought it but a tired old dream.
Well, these bodies won't be dreaming anymore.
I knew that securing the palace would provide your Radiance with depressingly little sport, but that you should fall asleep out of boredom.
Maybe he was tired. He did just finish slaughtering the entire 4th Legion
Splendid.
to save me the trouble of doing any of Bosja.
And my own preparations, you will be pleased to hear, proceed apace.
Uh-huh. And what preparations would that be? I don't know why I'm asking. It's not like I'm here.
Oh, yes.
Here, out of character,
They
but...
proceed very well indeed. Frighteningly so. And we owe it not least of all to this singularly
here we go.
body I chanced to find.
What body did you chance to find, by the way? And why does the bottom half make me want to punch you in the nose?
Destroyed, it will be the simplest of tasks to discredit their groundless assertions that I met with a grisly end.
But the Populares are all working on the weapon quests. What do you... do Xenos, no, you didn't get this Ascian to do as little research as you do.
Fortune at my disposal.
Because you do no research at all.
Money, 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 the great
Giltos!
motivator. There is simply no better way to move men and
The amount of fucking flair in this motherfucker's animations is great.
They sacrificed everyone's PS3s for this. Giltos. Zeninage. Level 100 Samurai skill or Riot. Let me throw all of my money at my enemies.
Oh no.
And in case you didn't want to punch him before, he fleshbagged Asahi.
Despite you.
I mean, I guess if Elidibus can do it to Ardbert, he might as well take the biggest asshole left in the source.
What did you say your name was?
Guess how little fucks he gives.
That my deepest desire should forever remain unfulfilled, to live unrecognized, to die forgotten.
I feel like he's quoting some Ascian play at this point. Not that he'd remember it.
So
he's sundered.
Whatever this flesh may have been before, it serves only as a vessel now. And I, faithful Fandaniel, labor only to advance my lord's ambitions.
Tell that to yourself in Endwalker. Actually, he's speaking the truth. It's just
Speaking of which,
Xenos doesn't know
with
who
the
his lord
palace
is.
in our hands, we may now proceed with the next phase of the plan.
Just don't tell me you guys are gonna reignite Black Rose.
How very odd. Despite all our havoc wreaking, old Elidibus did not deign to appear. Dare I hope?
The old coot's finally gone and died.
The last of the unsundered is gone. Imagine it! Bound no more by the shackles of mouldering memories of damnable duty, free at last to live for the moment.
Yeah, they're gonna retcon that out of you in Endwalker too. Sorry, buddy.
No, they are.
Yeah, they are. He summoned Zodiark in Endwalker.
Your radiance. But
That
give the
isn't
word, and I shall
quite
go
how
forth and
it goes,
prepare
but-
for you your hunting ground.
But for now, he wants to be the Joker, so Xenos will let him do that.
That which awaited was a fell beast. Ferocious, ravenous, remorseless.
Don't gotta tell me twice, I already know who Xenos is.
Do as you will.
Wonder where he's going. Eh, we'll figure it out later.
It has been too long, my friend. And insufferably dull in your absence.
You're gonna hate me when I tell you what my plan is for
When
you.
you return to me, you will share everything. Every blow will be a story unto itself. Every triumph, every kill. Rest assured, we shall have a fitting stage for our reunion.
No, my guild toss.
Oh yes. To reprise that transcendent moment, I will set this world ablaze. And we shall dance before the pyre.
And me without my ashen coal. Coal's too moisturized to be ashen.
The beast shall kindle the flames of the apocalypse. Into its domain shall the hero set forth for the final chapter in the tale of this star.
Well, I mean, you're right, but I don't think you understand just how short this last chapter is gonna be, Graha. I mean, we've still got like 2 weeks worth of streams left, but you know. Back from the hippogriff slaughter. Couldn't stop Alisaie from killing as many of them as possible. It's a good thing everything is in abundance in the source. What do you mean excessively familiar? No, that Graha, we wouldn't want you to be formal with us because we're not formal with each other. It's fine. Don't think anything of it. Well, now you do have a focus because you're a new party member in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, so whatever their focus is now yours, so. Yeah, your mortal requirements were not a problem when you were basically fused with the Crystal Tower. You have to learn to eat again, Graha. It's a good thing Tataru and I are good cooks. So you're gonna still be an all-rounder somehow. I guess, if he can draw on the Crystal Tower from here. It's just, he always talked about how the farther away he got from it in the first, the weaker he got. So how is he gonna do that? Don't ask questions, just consume.
Consume.
Consume media and wait for the next media to consume. Reflections in Crystal complete. Graha Tia is a trust companion now. Hold the phone. I will show him what the first did for him. As we always have. Oh, by the way, the first sends a gift. Here you go.
Pulls you into a full cutscene for that.
They do.
Ow.
Well, the crystalline mean turned you into a doll, and they're now selling it as merchandise to the people of the first. They wanted to put you on a coin. I mean, I guess. Yeah, they didn't listen to you this time. Well, I'm going back there in a minute to get Rory out of there after the after party, so I'll let them know. I don't know about that. Gotta kind of be... Everyone in the Scions has to be a leader, because you never know when we're going to get split up because the plot demands it. I'm sure you will. Okay, well that takes care of that. Kryl has the next quest for patch 5.4, but we have a few things to do in between patch 5.3 and 5.4. This is probably going to be more stuff than usual. Because, frankly speaking, well, the Empire is still knocking at our doorstep with weapons of mass destruction over here, and I still need to get Rory home after the after party. How will she react to the weapon quests happening? Maybe I should go ask her at the bar. But we can do that on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So I'm going to go take a seat at the bar and say thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one.
Bye.
Surprised Rory didn't show up at the pendants to look at me after I said the Empire has weapons of mass destruction. Usually she has something to say about that. She can do it next time.
What?